Awesome.
And a very good evening, everybody. We are here for week 1, day 1 of the Meseeks Sweat League. As always, it's your boy Verdict. Joining me tonight, we got a very special co-host, co-caster as always. We're going to be introducing him to the scene. It is going to be Default. Default, how you doing tonight, brother?
Good. How are you doing? I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. iTitans got their way into this league in the qualifier. They were the last team to get their spot in Tier 1, and I'm excited to see how to perform against the defending world champions.
That's right. You've already heard it right here. We're first series of the night. We're going to start off with Tribe and iTitans. They have made it to the main stage, and right now they're going to be able to display their talents against one of the best of the best. As I was taking a look at the bracket, not the bracket, but the schedule and the itinerary of the night. On our side of the stream, we're going to be starting it off with Tribe versus iTitans. We're going to follow it up with upper echelon, but Dysfunctional and Meseeks, and then we're going to end it off with NYSL and Xplicit on the opposite side of the board as soon as we get back in touch with Gilmania, because I think Gilmania actually lost power due to a storm. He should be airing the 11E and Yo Mama upper echelon and DST and Zygnus versus Wicked matchup. So I think this is a phenomenal tournament series that we're about to start. As a matter of fact, it's a lot of cash prize up for grabs. As a matter of fact, I was taking a look at the breakdown and the information for as far as prize pool goes. It's a total of $3,000+. First place is going to actually get $1,500 of that, $500 to the second place team. Third place team is going to be $250. So this is a huge amount of money to be fighting for, and it's a 12-team event with a Swiss-style bracket. So it's interesting. It's the first time I've ever done something like this, but I'm totally down. I mean, Default, have you ever been a part of a tournament of this like caliber?
No, definitely not. I started the Sweat League about 6 months ago, and we started with 6 teams that were not really known at all. And we found some sponsors, and it's grown into this. There's also $20 for every victory a team earns during the regular season rounds as well. So as we go through the Swiss bracket, every victory worth $20 as well, and that gets added onto the total for each team as the event goes on.
Very nice, very nice. That's a hefty amount of change if you're able to win, you know, all of your matches. Obviously, it's going to be a best-of-5 format, and every round is, you know, you got a potential of grabbing $60. So I think that's pretty wild. Oh, it's every match. Oh, it's every match. Okay, gotcha. Every match is $40.
$1,500.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's the amount of money to be fighting for, and it's a 12-team event. Hey, I think I just dropped my Wi-Fi for a second. I think it's back now.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, I heard. I was like, is that my goofy-ass voice in the background, bro? I'm here twice. All right, nonetheless, I was taking a look at it as well as some of the rules that we're going to be looking at. I think we're swapping everything over to actually running Champs rule sets. I was running through it a moment ago. There we go. There it is right there. The typical norm, you know, everything that we're used to as far as overall tournament rules. Basically, it's going to be an extended Meseeks Sunday Showdown, and every series that we see is going to be a best-of-5. With $20 up to grab for each series that you win, I was trying to do the math. I was like, for every series you win, if it's a best-of-5, that's $100 up for grabs, potentially. And I was like, whoa, it's $20 for each series, and I said that. So, all right, we're good. We're under the same page, so
I think we're good to go. I'm excited to see this. I'm happy to hop into it. Lots of prize money to go, and this is the first night, and I can feel the tension already. I'm really excited to see how iTitans does. They have a big chance to prove themselves here, and they're a really good team, but obviously now they're playing against the world's best, and I'm excited to get into this one. Standoff is a classic map. It's going to be a good place to start.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. I think I got the wrong best-of-5 displayed. Actually, I'm in shambles right now. I'm taking a look at it. It does look like I might have copied Gilmania's. No? Question mark? It's the same link. It's literally, you guys sent me the same link that you sent Gilmania. Oh, I'm in shambles right now. Come on. Best-of-5. I was taking a look at it. We are dropping the ball. We are fumbling, homie. Let me look at the match display.
Up to grab.
Yeah, go ahead and mute me in the background real quick, because I can hear myself in the background default. Match updates. There we go. We're going to start this puppy off on a hardpoint standoff, followed by search and destroy on takeoff. Game number 3, it's going to be control summit, hardpoint raid if it's necessary. Game 5, search and destroy on firing range. Annihilator and Sparrow banned. Map bans are going to be Hacienda and Slum. So with that being said, slots are closed. Players are all green check marked across, and Here we go. We're ready to lock and load right into the first game of the first day of the Meseeks Sweat League.
Alrighty. This first hard point, obviously very difficult to control. First one's always kind of a toss-up. See how the rotations come. That's one thing iTitans did very well. They got them the spot into when they rotated very early, and it paid off in dividends.
All right, well, we'll see if they can get their fair share. Right now, it's going to be a matter of putting yourself on the hill and, you know, not necessarily overextending to get that flip. You want to keep those spawns for P2 because that's obviously going to be one of the bigger money hills on this map. You get that set up, you keep that set up, you're pretty golden. Right now, it's going to be a toss-up, as Default just mentioned, and you can see the bloodbath already ensuing. It is going to be Tribe rock and roll, and they're in the kill feed. They are on the point, and right now, they are not letting their foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, first couple kills come in there for iTitans, but the response by Tribe very quick. It only took a couple kills for them to get right back on top of things. And as expected, Tribe is the ones out running and gunning, and they have most of the control early on. So he pushes through iTitans with the break here. Tribe gets it right back. Tribe has favorable spawns for next, though. They're already in the favorable position for P2. Still contesting that middle point pretty heavily. There's only 12 seconds left on it.
Yeah, you can see it
here
there.
cleaning things up.
Yeah, they're griefing the hell out of them. They don't want them to have anything. 13 points are going to be accumulated. And you can see the push-up is actually going to be a little bit of an overextension. They might have pushed a little too far out, and they're not going to have that advantage. I guess they're going to have to work on the brakes here now. As one person, how the hell did Vague spawn, like, right in front of Bolu? I was looking, I was like, hey, no way, right? Well, Tribe, they know what they're doing. They got the spawns, they got the setup, they got the advantage, and off the rip, they're looking pretty damn hot. They're coming off a Meseeks Sunday Showdown Championship last night. Crowned them the champs late. And surely they're keeping those same energies without Tech. So Tech, keep them in your thoughts and everything's getting over some not feeling so well. Nonetheless, right now I don't think Tribe need them at this moment.
It's going to be up by a pretty good margin thus far and in pretty good control. And big for them winning the Meseeks Sunday too, because Dysfunctional, previously as Goobers, had actually taken a couple of those Meseeks Sundays in a row there. So good to see Tribe kind of get back on top with that. But Dysfunctional is becoming a real competitor as well. Tribe's era of dominance being questioned maybe just a little bit by them. It's good to see the rivalry developing there, because Tribe really has kind of been in a bracket of their own for most of the time they spent in COD Mobile. Rotation here by iTitans. They're the ones on the next hill here. They're set up. See how long they can hold it for. Will the break point for Tribe? Bolo clears things out pretty quick there from the top window, but they still have control of the building. iTitans all in the right places, except for Sushi spawned a little throw out. Time starts, but no one's actually on the hill site. Tribe breaks the break before any time even gets accumulated here for iTitans. So now Tribe already set up in this hill, and they'll continue to build in that lead. Up already by 60 points. Purifier there, that comes in. That is such an overpowered thing right now. That operator.
Way too overpowered. Way too overpowered. Ever since they updated it, bro, the lifespan of it, the range, the burn after effect, everything is just so ridiculous. It makes it that much impossible to get, you know, points broke without it. Or, you know, if you're getting into a point and you're trying to hold off, I mean, it's basically a denial tool, especially in top blue where we're at here. But with only 18 seconds left, you can see the focus here for Tribe. They're still trying to get whatever they can off this one. No worries about the rotations over, and they probably are going to have some operators for themselves to use here on this P4 break. So 3 players already there for iTitans. Point's going to be opening up in about 10 seconds. And right now you can see the funnel. It's going to be all the way through the back side of P2, that factory building. Market side looking like it might be compromised. 4 players there, though. And it's all about the spawns at the moment. And here comes Jazz. He's got the Purifier. This might be a make-or-break moment for iTitans.
It's gone there. Oh, no. Tribe's going to steal their Goliath. Because iTitans, Sushi was completely streaked out. That was a big moment there. It was a chance for iTitans to really have a chance to make a comeback here and get some good points out of it. But with the Goliath going to Tribe now, I think that's going to completely negate that. They still have the drone, but the Goliath was really the big piece out of those 3. So a big loss for them there, I would say, when the Goliath got stolen, they threw it down. Still half health here, too. Marshy's inside with that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is what I earned. You know, it's like when you're as a kid, right? And everyone wanted to play with your toys. iTitans gets a brand new shiny toy, and here comes the class bully. Tribe in the form of Marshy getting the yoink of the Goliath, right? I mean, that's like stage 5 vibes, right? Remember when the Goliath was picked up right in front of Courtyard and on this map in particular?
I was about to say that. And he goes
yes.
the wall bang and everything right after. Man, he was an absolute monster. Marshy looks like he was playing with hacks in that particular tournament. I know he's clean, I'm just saying, like, the way he played, man, it was insane. Coming up big for his team when it counted the most. It's that clutch factor you'll see the most teams.
Yeah, in the words of Marshy, I feel like Marshy. Or, I'm just doing Marshy things. Literally, words that come out of his mouth whenever he does something freakishly amazing. Right now, he's used to it. Obviously, he's not going to allow anybody to, you know, kind of hype him up. He don't need it. He likes running where exactly he's at, and that seems to be doing pretty well right here against the iTitans. 16 on board, make it 17. Shut down the bottom side of Granny's staircase. Certainly not safe, and now it's going to be iTitans scrambling just to get on the point. Only 57 points on board at the moment, and ever since Tribe yoinked that Goliath, that was like their saving grace, right? You get that P4 rotation, you get the Goliath, you already had the spawns. Bam, everything just disaster striking all at once. It was probably not going to be recoverable after that point.
Kind of a really tough moment too. Like, that's one of those moments as iTitans is tough to work through, because you work hard, you're up against a top team, you get that advantage, you get those streaks, and like that's hard to do when you're playing against a team like Tribe. And then to have that stolen as soon as you have it spawned in, like that's disheartening. It's hard to work through those moments, and if you can show grit and get through those, it shows a lot. But it's a really hard thing to do. I know from playing as well. It's one of the toughest things, at least for me in comp, is when your Goliath gets stolen. But they got a good rotation here. iTitans are on this hill. It's broken now. Man, that again, those purifiers just overpowered. Busting with those, they have two of them active for Tribe right now.
Yeah, two of them.
That soon. It's tough here. Sorry.
I mean, I like the purifier. I like that they buffed it, but I think they overdid it a little bit. If they reduced just a little bit of that damage range, it may be something that could be competitive. But here, it's basically like anything within the first 10 meters of you, it's dead. And even after you kill that person, if you got that burning effect on, I mean, it's over, bro. There's no way right now. The burning effect of that glide still raining down here for iTitans. Not going to be able to hold the remainder of that P2 that they desperately needed to kind of make it competitive in its own right. And right now, Tribe just continuing to do what they do best and grief these teams and hit them where it hurts the most. Right now, it's P3 bound. We are with time opening up. iTitans are going to have the advantage, and this might be an opportunity for them to turn things around.
Yeah, Marshy trying to make the break here, kind of slow effort, but he's getting it done. That's two down, one throw around the staircase, and he gets the three-piece there, completely clears it out. Marshy very patient there, waiting for his team to come to support him, and it pays off in dividends. He gets things cleared out. He's got himself a drone now, just a couple points away from a Goliath. That should be enough for the streaks to secure the win, I would think. Oh no, he's not going to get the Goliath. He gets shut down before he gets that through. So just the drone in the end. Still a massive lead here, 110 points. iTitans not giving up. They're fighting for all they're worth here towards the later stages of this. I think the gap is too much, but it's good to see them fighting still and giving as much life as they possibly can. Snakes holding spawns here really well with the SPS. You like to see the energy out of a team like this, even when they are down. Like, it's good to see iTitans, you know, the resilience here. They still want this, even when the going's getting tough. They're still pushing for all they're worth. It's good to see. I love the spirit.
No, I love the spirit too, and you got to think about it. A team like iTitans, they don't get a lot of practice against teams like this, of this caliber, right? Of this stature, teams that are vetted, that are tenured, that have been there, done that. You know, to kind of get this in a tournament format, obviously it can be a bit overwhelming, but the fact that they're not giving up shows that they're resilient, shows that they are, you know, in the face of adversity, still going to put their best foot forward. Right now, they're going to need to put a little bit more than their best foot forward, and I guess as soon as I say that, here comes Stewie. Stewie's going to be able to find one with the Super Soaker, the Purifier, but it is not going to be enough for the break and the hold. It is, actually. It is going to be Renato, actually, on the point, the whole grid hand. He's the last hope. He's going to be taken down. There's 3 players from Tribe, and this might be it. That might be the nail in the coffin for iTitans, unless they can get back on the hill and pick up the remainder of this 30. And I'm going to be honest with you, with Tribe having all that time to recover and get back into the point and get their star players on the objective, it might not be, but as soon as I say it's 20 seconds left, there's still plenty of time for them to turn this thing around. Still going to be about a 50-point gap, even if they don't, even if they do get this remainder of the 20-second scrap time.
That was a clean break, though. I mean, man, I'm surprised. Like, for a couple moments there, they seemed a little bit disheartened after the Goliath thing, but like since that time, it took them a little while, but they've kind of got the momentum going back, and they've actually had the better of this game over the last couple of hills here. They're starting to play really well and heat up. We'll see if this carries over into the SSD at a very different pace, but the momentum, I would say right now, iTitans look like they're doing pretty good with that.
All right, here comes the Predator missile. Churn and burn, baby. Suwa! I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just trying to make it sound good and also make myself not sound like I'm uneducated. Sure enough, it comes out either way, and right now it's a Purifier here on P1. It's ready Superior. The break is going to hold. This is a big P1 for them. I mean, they're down, but they're certainly not out. The Goliath, had they have gotten that, this might have been a different game. It might have been a little closer, and we're getting into a scrappy P1 where the break does come through. Courtyard, now a Graveyard. Certainly a place where Tribe might not be able to close it out on, but could put it that much closer to ending there on that P2 site.
If they hold this perfectly, they can do it, but they can't allow to surrender any time of contention. Yeah, it's not going to happen. They're going to go to at least one more hill to close this out, so Tribe already has the positioning for next. They'll only need a few seconds to close this out, and I expect they'll probably get it, but iTitans here, considering they were down by 110 points, and they've got a pretty good pushback. And again, we're not talking about just doing this to any random team here. Like, this is Tribe, considered to be the best team in the game by pretty much everyone. So I would say this is a huge game for them, even if they're not going to win the map. I would say this is a big game for them, just a confidence booster. Like, hey, we can kind of keep up with this, and you know, maybe we were a little bit hesitant or a little bit eager with the Goliath there, cost us the Goliath, but they can take from this, and I would take this, put this in your folder as like almost kind of a success, right? Like a learning experience. But this is honestly a lot better than I expected to see out of map 1 in this game.
No, I think I'm right there with you. As a matter of fact, after the Goliath gets yoinked, I'm like, there's no way this is going to be even close, right? Tribe are literally just taking every advantage that iTitans have tried to set themselves up for, right? And they've turned it against them, right? One man's misfortune's another one's fortune. Well, I got to say, they made Tribe work for their money. It was a big hill rotation over that P2 site when your opponents are literally only 11 points away. There's not much you can do, especially when you don't have the advantage for the spawns. The drone came in handy, but they weren't able to capitalize on the budget UAV that it provides whenever it's floating around the map, right? I mean, you don't have the numbers, you don't have the body push. You just have one in one area, one in another. And the gun skill just not there to, you know, compete against Tribe. So still an admirable performance. I say if you take that Goliath yoink away, we might have been, you know, a little closer. If not, maybe a potential upset. I'm not going to say a potential upset. Tribe, they still, like, get better as the game goes. But I think it would have been a little closer in as relativity to score.
Yeah, this is true. I think the Goliath spawn there, the way they placed it, like, it was a little bit rushed. Like, they placed it down and the area wasn't really that secure. So I think that was kind of a bit of an error there by iTitans putting the Goliath down as quickly as they did. They didn't make sure the area was safe first, and they paid for that. So I think maybe a lesson to be taken from that. But definitely a good start for them. Search and Destroy, I will say. iTitans were a very strong Search and Destroy team in the qualifiers to make this, so I'm curious to see how that one goes. And I think you're right as well. To speak to what you said about Tribe getting better as the game goes on, like, there are very few teams I see consistently win from behind this Tribe. Like, they get down in champs often, when I've watched them quite often, like, they'll get down early on, first couple hills, and then they just come back like a freight train, and they'll just go on these amazing runs, like 100 to like 10 and stuff, and just absolutely obliterate. So they definitely have that comeback mentality that most teams don't have the strength to do and like the mentality for, but they're able to lock in no matter what the score is. I'd never count Tribe out.
Oh, you could never count Tribe out. I mean, even when it's chalked, it's never chalked. Tribe always managing to find a way to make it at least close. Never really a blowout. I don't think I've ever seen them just get completely just destroyed in a matchup. It's always been a matter of them just either taking the lead and never looking back, or it's them battling in the trenches and doing what it takes to, you know, pull the game back in. Right now, we're moving over to a takeoff, search, and destroy. And I seen them last night take, 3 rounds in a row from a DST squad that was just, just absolutely destroyed. Actually, it was 5 rounds in a row. Tribe ended up winning 2 of those 5, but it was too close for Tribe's call, right? It was, and then after those first 5 rounds, Tribe took the next 5 rounds and closed it out, and it was just disgusting. It was probably one of the most dominant performances and the most turnaround performances I've ever seen from a Tribe in a Search and Destroy game. And maybe we'll get some a little dose of that as we do jump right into that Search and Destroy on Takeoff.
Yeah, hopefully so. Verdict, if you don't mind, could you shoot me the link for your stream again? For those who haven't already signed up to your channel, apparently my friends are telling me that the link is not working. So maybe when the stream restarted, we need a different link.
Oh yeah. Let me get that for you. I think Echo might have sent you my outdated one. I recently got a approval for a name change, and I'm gonna shoot it in your DMs. I say recent. It's been months, bro. So Echo, you ain't got no excuse, bro. All right, try that one now.
Thank you much. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that one works. I just followed it. That one works. Thank you very much.
Well, did he said the one that was MSK at the end? Or MSK verdict instead of just verdict?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. You bot. Echo, you had one job. I'm just kidding. He had multiple jobs. I'm just giving him a hard time. We give Echo a hard time around here because he works very, very hard for what what we got going on, and we just wanted to know how much we appreciate him. We are going to be flipping sides going into this next one, so we'll be Tribe on the attack off the rip. They're going to be on the red side of the map, and the Guerrilla Squad and Special Forces here for iTitans. I know that Default had mentioned how well they've been playing in Search and Destroy. They got their work cut out for them again, and I can see that they, definitely like working for what they got going on, though, because they didn't show a single ounce of fear in their rotations and their gameplay, and they certainly didn't show any signs of defeat, even after having that Goliath going, even after Tribe putting up that rotation over to P2. I mean, it was fighting tooth and nail to the end for them, and, I think this team has a lot of potential to, get those rotations down better, maybe a little tighter on the holds. Those first few seconds are so crucial for them because they'll get the actual setup from new, but because there's they don't have, it looks like they just don't have roles to, who's holding what, or maybe the comms would have been crucial to jump into for that point because, when we got, a team like Tribe who will just steamroll you if you allow it, you got to break down the gameplay, and the comms would have been great an opportunity to kind of like tie it together and say, hey, this is what's going wrong. Maybe we could have focused here, like someone in the IGL maybe steps in and says, hey, I need someone watching this area. I need someone watching this area. If you're taking heat, fall back. You don't have to take the gunfight. You don't have to win every gunny.
I totally agree, and watching them in qualifiers too, I would say out of the three modes, PowerPoint was the one where I think they probably had the most struggles. They were very good at rotating early, but to be honest, like, they didn't hold a lot of hills for extended periods of time. Like, the breaks did come against them relatively easy, so I think that was probably their biggest thing to work on. They're very good at breaking hills, but defending them was not something that they happened to do super well, so I think, yeah, for absolutely 100%, that's one thing for them to work on and look to, but other than that, their hardpoint game is pretty good. It doesn't take much to, like, lose a map at this level either. Like, just one small flaw in your gameplay is enough. But here we go for the Search and Destroy now. First blood going the way of Tribe already. Oh, so he's going to even the score, though. Take some. Oh, sorry. They switched sides here.
Yeah,
wow,
they
okay,
flip
so
sides. Yeah. Tribe
right,
actually kind of getting griefed right here. Renato puts himself in a great position right in mid. Catches Jez on that rotation to the middle. The smoke kind of covered everybody off, and he was just lurking, waiting. Slothy going to overextend. He gets a little antsy, sees one, pays the price. Snakes with the Deagle. Does not miss there. Now it's all in the IGL and the heart and soul of the squad. I say that. I don't really mean it. I mean it, but, nobody in chat probably believes it. But it's going to be the sniper. It's going to be the no-scope. It's not going to hit. It's going to be Sushi. And hey, solid defense. On a map like Takeoff, I expect that, a defending strat to pay off and pay dividends because I feel like there's more of an advantage considering the money, the money bomb site is A, and you have a direct access with cover to it. So there's no excuses why they shouldn't be able to take like 3 or 4 of these defending rounds.
Yeah, that's entirely true. And here they go again. It's starting to clean up already. It's down to a 4-2 already. It's just down to Vag and Marshy. I'm kind of surprised to see both with the scope. At least when I've watched, I haven't seen him sniping a whole awful lot. We'll see what can happen here. If you're trying to clutch a situation like this, I think Vag is definitely one of the players you want left alive. Him and Marshy are both really good at clutch situations, so they're going to sit back and hope for an overextension here so they can hopefully pick up the kill for pushing out and trying to get this round. But down 4-2 here. Patience of iTitans looking really good here. They're just holding their positions, waiting for the information. And for them, there's really no reason to push and try to make any move. They don't have to. It's on Tribe to make the plant right now. So this is the right play by iTitans. Tribe's going to wait for them to overextend, but I think it's just not going to happen. Yeah.
I think I'm right there with you. I think they're doing a great job. They got the building secured. One pushes in. That's going to be Snake. He pays a price, and it does not pay to be bold right here. This is iTitans kind of selling. If you look at it, they had a perfect setup. They didn't need to compromise that P4 rotational building. They just needed to sit back in the cut and wait for the mistakes to be made by Tribe. It's literally, forced their hands. Marshy wins a big gunny right there. The kilo at hand does not miss. Sushi going to be chopped up and sent back to the next round. Now it's all on Danico. It's a 1v1. This was a 4v2 default, and we've got 30 seconds on the clock, and it's a 1v1.
So
what
this
happened?
is iTitans round to win. Like, they were supposed to win this round. They were up 4-2. They had the perfect positioning, and they got careless. They overextended when they didn't have to. And hell, they're lucky they snagged the round anyway. Danico comes in clutch here, catches Marshy at a bad time, but that was a round that iTitans should have had very handily, and maybe a little bit of an experience or nerves. I find nerves are the most likely thing to happen in Search and Destroy. Other game modes, you respawn, things are more instant, and the consequences of each life aren't quite as apparent, but in Search and Destroy, oftentimes nerves will get the better of you. It's easier to get impatient. There's more still times, and that showed up there. iTitans lucky to come away with that round, so give them the 2-0 lead, but just to note once again, maybe a little bit of overextension and aggression in their part almost cost them a round.
No, I completely agree. I think, nerves is one thing, but I think overconfidence is one. They steamrolled the first round. They were setting up for a steamroll this round. They overextend. And, you're in the big leagues. You can't put yourself in a position to drop players for useless reasons. Danico in a position to get one free kill. He's going to be able to keep the bomb from going down, and now it's going to be an even 3v3 after the 2-for-2s come through now. As you can see, Tribe, they had all over that A control, but they didn't clear the backside of the spawn. And they got a little over-eager. You see it. They got over-assumptious that nobody was there. They get taken advantage of. And the bomb doesn't get planted, and Danico's still lurking in the background. You got a little bit of mid-control here for Suiwa, but rotation over. Slothy going to be able to catch one on the transition. That's Sushi. And right now, the info is going to come through. The rotation over to the B side is going to be expected. And with 2 players left, this is going to be another round that I think could have been a better setup for iTitans. But I got to commend Tribe for adapting on the fly. They've, kind of taken a few beatings, in the trenches on those first 2 rounds. And this is their, adaptation to what they've been seeing in these first couple off the rip.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's also just to note, I'm not sure why this is the case, but when iTitans was doing their qualifier rounds as well, they played this map, and the game went 13 rounds. And for some reason, however it was, both teams were starting off with A, but we had 8 B plants in that game out of 13 rounds, and 2 of those rounds the bomb never got planted. So I don't know why, but in iTitans games tends to be that the bomb ends up going towards B more often than not. So Tribe finally to get a round back there. They played that one really well. The patience comes in. The push was just enough aggression to get the kills they needed to. I like the response from them here. But it's just interesting to note that iTitans seems to end up, for whatever reason, with B plants for them and their opponents when they play in this map, at least from what I've seen from them so far.
All right, well, one round in favor of Tribe, finally able to get a point on the board, and they're right back at it. Johnny on the spot, the A-side push. Vague actually going to get hit. The nade, beautifully placed. I want to say that was from Danico, maybe Renato. I was spectating them, but was it Renato or Danico?
It was Danico. Danico's very good with his nade.
Oh, good placement. It's going to hold the push. It's also going to get a lot of info, and you can see that info. Look at it. They're swarming. They know that the team of Tribe is right here inside the stadium site. They're going to be looking for the compromise, maybe get a little bleacher action going before, it gets out of hand. Sui looking to get some shots in through the middle portion. Not going to be able to see anything on that top staircase. And Bolu looking around the corner right here. He's got a Mac 10 in hand. He's opted to drop the sniper, and he's sitting on the goose egg. You can obviously tell that, his ability to adapt on the fly as well has caused him to, drop that and use something a little more active, a little more aggressive, something that can retaliate quicker. And Jez is going to fill the sniper role now. So 50 seconds on the clock. Big shots! As I just called Jez, he pulls his own number, and a massive first blood for Tribe.
Yeah, that and Bolu's still with the goose egg too. Going into this round, Tribe with 2 goose eggs. One's gone now. Bolu's the only player left in the match to kill. You see a very even spread for iTitans. All 3s and 2s, and I guess a couple kills will come in now. But Danico and Renato pairing up there, and now it's all up to Slothy to try to clutch a 1v4 here. And iTitans playing very strong defense so far here. And Slothy's not able to get done against Sushi. Sushi will take that kill. Another solid round for iTitans, and their defense is just coming through here. So up 3-1 now. We'll see if things change when they go to offense, but so far iTitans playing very well on this map. And this, I believe it was Tribe that actually chose the side in this map, was it not?
Destroy the objective.
I believe so, because game 1 was picked, was at random. I got to look at the rotation. I know game 3 map was picked by iTitans, so if it's back and forth, I would assume that this one would have been picked by Tribe. And this is an interesting map. I don't think I would have expected them to pick a big map like this. I think they're a lot more focused on, engagements, and this map kind of creates a lot of space. Nonetheless, they're going to be able to run the, as soon as I say that, they create a lot of, action and altercations off the rip, and they're going to pick 4 up in the feed. Vay going to pick up the last. Only 1 casualty this round, and I got to check it. Did Vay or the Bolu get a kill on the board?
Yeah, he got his first kill of that round. He
Nice,
got first
damn.
blood, but Jez ran through the rest of the team. He got a three-piece there, a beautiful one. Two, I would say double kill, another third one very shortly after. Jez just ran through that round. He was the player that really got it done. See if he can do that again.
All right, well.
Everyone using the prize fighters too.
Yeah,
Their backup up and
yeah, you get that prize fighter action going. You get that little bit of speed, boost, and you get into a right position at the right time, make some big plays. Right now, the big plays coming through mid. Slothy finding first blood, fourth on board for the squad.
Too aggressive in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think right here, Tribe are kind of exploiting iTitans, and they are pinpointing them. And right now, there's not really much retaliation coming from iTitans. So this is the last round of the defense for them. This needs to be a big one for them.
Yeah, if iTitans don't win this one, I think it's going to be hard for them to come up and win this map. Oh, Marshy's so close to the suicide. Yeah, he does. Oh, gets a hit marker. That is very unfortunate for him. Gets a scope, but it's too low. The shot hits leg, and so he gets a hit marker. Vag. Oh, Vag's not able to finish off Danico, but he goes for the reload, and he'll go down. But there you go. Tribe has tied this up on the defense now. Started a bit slower, but they have the momentum going now. And now they get to sit back and play on the defense. iTitans have to plant. So we'll see how this goes now. But I think Tribe has the better side now, so we'll see what they can do with it here, if they can capitalize and finish us off, or if iTitans will continue to surprise us and push farther than we expect them to. See what their first round of attack looks like. And yeah, they're going to head towards the B side. They did this a lot in the qualifiers too. Very unusual for this map, but they seem to have some pretty good success with it. So they're going to try it here against Tribe, and first blood so far coming in through. Jez is down already. Can we work through here? Renato's the lone man over towards the A side here.
Oh,
he's in a good position here. Oh, he gets one. Yep, Sui gets one as well. Vag finally gets one back, but man, so far this attack from iTitans towards the B side, very successful. 4-on-2 now. It's all up to Vag and Marshy. The plant's going to be a bit tricky maybe, but really, Tribe, not really anywhere close to the plants, I hear. Marshy's going to get a peek here maybe. Is he going to stop the plant? Oh, he's going to stop the plant from going down. That's big, actually. If that bomb gets down, it's very hard to try to defuse it.
that might have made the round for Tribe right there. That's massive. Not, forcing that bomb to not go down, taking that bomb carrier out, that creates a little bit of time. We saw what the 2v4 panned out with Marshy and Vague earlier. They're getting a little bit of redemption here. The shots coming through. Team shots. Vague with the GKS from distance. Marshy with the tap burst on the Kilo. The MAC-10 Banana Blaster. This was literally a 2v4 a minute ago, and now it's a 2v1. That is how big preventing that bomb from being planted is. And the outcome now looking like Tribe could pull it in, but Snake's the last one alive. The good shots. Vague right up top. Is he going to be able to get the kill? He's going to bake the nade. There's not a trophy there. This is devastation. Oh, he gets it. Oh, he forces him out. Big play right there. The bomb doesn't go down. That is absolutely clutch. Tribe able to take the lead, the advantage right there. And even in the face of adversity, it's a 2v4, bro. Come on, there's no way Titans sell that, right? No, they didn't sell it. I think Tribe outplayed them there, and it's apparent why they are where they are and why they are one of the best teams, if not the best team in NA.
Well, this is the danger about going to the B side. Like, iTitans get that early start there. Things looking really good for them, but it's hard to get the bomb down there. If you can get it down, it's a really easy one to hold, but getting it down is really hard. And even when you have a numbers advantage, it can be a difficult task to get here. You see Tribe coming aggressively here, though. They're up 2 players in this one, too. iTitans start the momentum. If Tribe wins this one, that'll be 4 rounds in a row. They look like they're a lot more comfortable now than they were at the start of this map here. Things can develop forward. Yeah, Tribe looking like they're more confident now. Finally getting their legs under the search and destroy. You mentioned this momentum thing with Tribe where they make comebacks, because I know it was only down 3-1, but you can see it coming through even at this point here when they're only down by a little bit. They've got their game going now, and they're just popping off at this point. Jez is going to come in. Yeah, Jez is going to make that. That's a clean sweep. 5 men up, 5 men down there for Tribe. The first one we've seen in this map, but there it is. Tribe's got the momentum all in their favor now. We'll see if iTitans can snap that, if they have some sort of pushback to do here. But right now, it's all Tribe. It's up to iTitans to find a response. We'll see what they can do.
Destroy the objective.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a big answer back. You can't allow your opponent to get the map point here. Especially when you're, had a stout defending run and even a stout beginning to the attack. Go back to your roots, maybe play a little bit of conservative play, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Sushi holding the bomb right here at the bottom side of Stadium, and there's collectively 3 players around the A side. Make it 4 as Vague's playing ticket. You got 1 in Bolu holding the flank. That was a huge push to the back alley that I think they were scared to remake because of that 4v2, epic fail that I think they should reevaluate, because Bolu is literally the only player there and they so easily
he took
maneuvered
the
right
shot.
through it. Oh, big kills coming through. Bolu going to be called on the backstab. Yeah.
Man, he had those targets lined up, and he had them, but he couldn't decide which target to go for. I think in the end, he saw him pin back him 4-3 in a couple different targets there, and ends up not getting any. So a 2-man advantage now for iTitans, and Tribe really overextending here. And there's not really a reason for this either. Like the Slothy are pushing up very aggressively, even though they're down. Gets a double there, so that one pays off. But nonetheless, this is the round Tribe didn't have to push like this, and I think they're paying for it in the end here. They played very aggressively for a defending team.
Look how cheeky this spot is for Marshy. If this bomb comes anywhere near the A site, as long as the trigger discipline is in full effect for him, he doesn't jump the gun too quickly. Oh, rounds the corner, finds one. That was such a good peek from one. Oh, the CBR! The swap! Marshy doing Marshy things. And, bro, I literally just jumped up and down in my seat. When he picked up the CBR, I was like, ain't no way, bro, about to put him on a T-shirt like that. What? Marshy, settle down, homie. These guys have families.
That was quite a clip there from Marshy there. That was an incredible play out of him down to the 1v3. He clutches it all in the span of about 5 or 6 seconds. Absolutely big of him, and it's map point for Tribe now. So iTitans, they're really coming down to their last chance. They can't afford to make any more mistakes here. I say that Renato gets a double before Slothy takes him down, so man advantage here. But again, lots of pressure on them against a team that's known for clutching. So we'll see if iTitans can make the comeback, but it's going to have to be one careful play at a time. Jez up here, very aggressive position for him. He's in the middle of all the iTitans players. We'll see if he can get a couple surprise kills here. Got all the information. If he can get the surprise jump, he might get 1 or 2 here and even the score up. Maybe even give his team the advantage. But he also get picked off very easy. Once the info comes in for where he's at, it's going to be hard for him to stay alive for long.
Yeah, he's going to get the info. There he goes. Gets one aggressive, finds a second. It is like a hot knife cutting through butter, making it look easy right there. Snakes up top. Hey, bro, you want some Jikus action too? The GKS is here to play, and Jez not taking it slow. It doesn't matter who's in the lobby. Marshy's going to find the last one. That was about as clean and perfect as it can get for Tribe towards the end. You're talking about 2v4 clutches coming through. You saw the 1v3 from Marshy. You seen the nasty piece there from Jez. It's a picture-perfect performance in the second half for Tribe, and iTitans might have been, you know, a more articulate search or destroy team, but I think their confidence, like, severely got demoralized after that first push towards B, and they botched a 4v2. It happens, right? You got to put that one behind you right here. Tribe, they see blood, they smell it, and they pounce, bro. They do not let off. And I kind of feel bad for the Titans there in that instance.
Yeah, they had a good start to that game, and that map was very good for them at the gate. They're up 3-1, but Tribe there was 6 rounds in a row to finish it out. And as the rounds got towards the end, the last 3 or 4 rounds, you could see it. Tribe, the aggression coming out, and you could see iTitans like not just playing cautiously, but we're playing nervous. You could see it, like hesitating. You could see it sometimes zigzagging back and forth more than necessary before peeking a corner. You know, very slow going around corners as well. And you could tell they're playing maybe a little more nervous than they were at the start of that map. So Tribe just steamrolls the end of that. And going into Control, we'll see how this one goes. I'm really excited to see Control on the Summit. I mean, I will say, I mentioned earlier, I thought it was strange that iTitans would pick a map this small to play against a team with this much gun skill. I say that, but then that being said, so far in my time watching iTitans playing Control, they have won 9 rounds and dropped only 1 that I've seen. Like, they absolutely steamrolled Zodiac when I watched them play Control on this map, and their worst round, they still had 14 lives left at the end of their worst round on this map against Zodiac. And they did a very similar thing when they played against TMT as well. Same thing on this map. I mean, they had less lives left than that, but still, very decisive, strong rounds for them. So I think they're just comfortable with this map, and despite the fact that Tribe has a lot of gun skill, they're going to go for it and try it, because this is a map that iTitans is comfortable with. I would say Control for them looks more comfortable than it does for most teams. I mean, the mode's only been added to COD very recently, and because it's not in rank, teams don't have a lot of opportunity to practice it. They have to organize scrims and play with it, and I would say iTitans looks very practiced at Control, so I'm sure Tribe is just as practiced as they are, but I am interested to see if this pick pays off here for iTitans. I think it's a really big risk. I'm not sure I would do it against Tribe, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe iTitans has a point to prove here with this choice of map.
I think, historically speaking, Tribe have been just so damn dominant in any game mode. On Summit, I'd be afraid to pick this one if I was iTitans, but at the same time, you know, getting that practice is crucial. Obviously, they can go back and rewatch the stream and get a little bit of that VOD review, right? And you get the opportunity to, you know, say, hey, this is where we could have improved or where we could have done better. The hard point being in particular the search and destroy. I don't think it was so much the search and destroy performance for them. I think it was so much more just a mental game towards the end. You get into that first round of the attack and you sell one round, homie. It is what it is, right? You got to be able to push on past that and find that you can, withstand a few, 2v4 clutches and it pan out perfectly for you. But, those are mistakes that were made. But this control, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not optimized in my opinion. Do you watch CDL default?
Yeah, I do. I watch a lot of CDL.
So, like, whenever you watch Control, you watch, like, the certain amount of lives that are available, right? And once that, player life is, done for, you no longer respawn. Well, in COD Mobile, this is the one thing that Day and I were mentioning last time we were casting Meseeks is the one thing that I think they should, I don't think they should, they need to optimize is the fact that when you've got 5 players standing and one of them dies with no lives, the game's over. It's basically an extended version of Team Deathmatch at this point. And I think Control has a lot of potential, but the current state that it's in, it's not that it's unplayable, but on a map like Summit, it's going to be over before it starts.
Yeah, it's going to be a very quick pace. And the thing, like you said, too, with Control, like in CDL, the point where there's nowhere respawns, but for some reason in COD Mobile right now, they allow respawns to continue even when the lives are down to 1, 2, and 3, and so you end up with all the players on the board, and then one of them dies around end. So yeah, it's extended team deathmatch, basically, especially in a map this size. You're absolutely right. It's so small that it's very unlikely that winning by objective will be a very common thing. So it's basically just a team deathmatch on Summit. I think that's a pretty accurate assessment that you had there.
Yep. Well, they've already got progress on A. That's the easy one. It's a little bit of cover, right? Catwalk is where the B side of the map is going to be at, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to, extract and get the players on the point. Right now, they are going to go ahead and stack the A site, double down for the push. They deal with Marshy, not allowing him to clutch up right there, and looking pretty solid here. They're going to be able to get the second tick in. Now it's only going to be left one. Slothy coming through with a massive feed. Make it more. 2 in the feed. He's going to get a third. No, Sushi going to finally shut him down, but Marshy right there to retaliate. Damage is done, though. 2 ticks in 50 seconds. Still plenty of time for iTitans to turn this thing around.
Not gonna lie, this is a very solid start here from iTitans. Like, their kill count is dead even right now. They are keeping up with this, like, shot for shot. This is, like, maybe this is why they picked this map. They were very comfortable on it when I watched them play Zodiac, like I said, and TMT, and that seems to translate right over into this. Still 12 lives left for each, and, like, this is a very closely played thing. Considering the gun skill that Tribe has, this is a very solid round here so far. Starting to get the edge here towards the end. Tribe's pulling away a bit now. iTitans gave it a good shot early on, but at this point, Tribe's just starting to get that life advantage and time running out as well here. Gotta have some big plays here at iTitans if they want to win this first round. It's gonna be a difficult thing to do here, especially with Tribe set up. They have map control really strong right now. Only 14 seconds left on the clock. This is gonna be over very short order, I expect here. iTitans are gonna have a miracle here to come through and get a point at this point. Only 8 seconds left now. They're on both points, but they still have a lot of progress to go. If they can finish off A, they can get some extra time. That'll buy them something to work with there. But only 4 lives left on the board now. That isn't much to work with here. 4 seconds.
It's not.
3 seconds. Oh, knock on A again.
They're going to get the contest. Here comes the Purifier. This could be huge. Nope, it's going to be wasted. That's it. Nope. That's tough. That is such a tough way to end a round. You pull out a operator. Not only did you not get a kill with it, but it didn't have any impact. And it literally just, I mean, that could have been huge for the next round. But now you're setting yourself up for failure moving into the second. Obviously, it was a last-ditch effort. Well, I mean, it's not the match point, or map point, rather, right? I mean, you could have probably used that a little more respectively, but, again, mistakes made. You learn from those, right?
You do, and the other too is where he died so quickly afterwards. I'm not sure. I know when you're playing, sometimes if you use an operator and you die, like, instantly, you actually keep, like, 85% of the progress towards having the operator. So I'm not sure if you lost it.
Well, if you pull the trigger on it, it's done. And he literally went in spraying as soon as he pulled the Purifier. It's gone. Sushi's done with his. Yeah, but the good thing is they still have a plethora of usable Purifiers. I see Sui's with one. Danico is about to earn his. Renato is about to earn his. But it has been primarily them being griefed right here. The B point is going to be hopped, and they're stacking it. Tribe. They're going for the hard objective first. They're putting all of the strategy out of the window and just strong arming it. Look at Vague. Vague's literally in their spawn, just tormenting them. Finally is dealt with, but damage done. The hard work's out the window. B, we talked about how hard it was to cap. They did it within the first 30 seconds of this control game.
You have 2 minutes left. The only hope here for iTitans in this round is to get the kills and end up winning that way, and they're down by 7 lives as well. I think this one is going the way of Tribe for sure. Much more solid round for Tribe here. The first one, like, iTitans caught them off guard out of the game. It was very even up to the very closing scenes of that first round, but yeah, they're really pulling away here in the second round. This is a very dominant round for Tribe. Tribe is looking a lot more like Tribe here than they have, I would say, in the first round. So we'll see if any miracle comes through for iTitans. But right now, Tribe just steamrolling things, and that's going to do it. That was a very fast round. Won by objective. I didn't think that was going to happen, but Tribe here with a very quick objective victory. They steamrolled it.
Yeah, they steamroll. They hop B so quick, bro. I mean, it was literally capped, and once that's done, A is probably, 10 times easier. And you're talking about how easy they did it on the B side of things. It's never a question of, how you're going to do it. It's almost, when is Tribe going to close out? And sure enough, that round ended way before it was even allowed to develop, right? It's saying that even if they hadn't capped, there was still plenty of time for Tribe to actually get into a position to close it out with kills. But I'm glad that they hopped the gun for the objective. And, they're literally exploiting all of the iTitans' weakness right here. The focus here for A is no progress going to be done. Bolo's going to reset it. And round after round, still no kind of turnaround and still no kind of strategy coming in to stack the hill or get any kind of setup. I guess it's kind of hard to when you've got 5 demons in a lobby just running rampant on you.
Man, this is like something that may be overlooked a little bit, but like Tribe right now has 4 purifiers ready to go, and Jez is always happy with his. I was gonna say they're gonna start barbecuing at some point and just say enough is enough and just use the purifiers. And a map this small, Tribe can just barbecue everything in a very short time. They're gonna use 2 now, and Jez is gonna have his boards up with Slothy fully streaked right here too. Now he's got the drone to give some info, got the Pred missile and the Goliath. This is just gonna be a decisive final round here, I think. Tribe already up by 5 lives, and they haven't even used the majority of their power yet. They still have that Goliath, Pred, and the purifiers left, so we'll see how quickly it takes to finish this off. But I think they have more than enough resources to overkill this round.
Yeah, I would believe, the purifier, if that's not enough arsenal or, gas in the tank to close it out, well, guess what? You got Sword Streaks to come through. Slothy going to go ahead and drop the Goliath there. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Score Streaks at this point are relevant. I think they're using it more so less as a flex. Like, hey, this is what we got in our arsenal, and you guys weren't even able to cap a single tick on this A site. Renato there to contest, but when you have people on the point, you can't stop the clock. Finally gonna hop the hill, but there goes the Goliath that is running rampant. No yoinks coming through. Tribe shut it down. 3-0 in the control, 3-0 in the series. And that is gonna be it for iTitan. That was just a brutal one.
Man, I gotta say, I really thought iTitans was gonna give more of his challenge. After that first map, I saw them push back on the hard point. They look pretty good. They look pretty comfortable. Things are going pretty well. And then when it's Search and Destroy, after those first couple rounds, like since that point, since the 4th round of Search and Destroy, it was all Tribe. 6 rounds in a row in the Search, and then here in the Control, just absolutely stomping iTitans. A little bit of life from iTitans in the first round of the Control, but other than that, Tribe just walking right through the match at that point. Very decisive victory for them. So congrats to them on opening night. They will take the $20 for that victory, and a very handy series for them indeed as they finish things off in fashion here in the Control 3-0 on Summit.
Yeah, never a question, never a doubt here for Tribe. Hardpoint was pretty sweaty. Hardpoint was pretty, interesting. It got spicy towards the end, but Tribe doing Tribe things. They do it in the Search and Destroy. They do it in the Control. And, iTitans still got a lot of work, and obviously they've got a lot of potential to work with. So we'll see how that progresses now as they are not eliminated. This is a Swiss-style bracket, so we'll go over the further details over that, when we get a little bit more time. But right now, we're going to take a little bit of time to regroup and refresh and get geared up. We've got a second series on our hands. Let's take a look at it. We are going to be on board with, I believe I said it earlier, and I just can't remember. It's going to be Dysfunctional and Meseeks. So don't go anywhere, anybody. This is week 1, day 1 of the Meseeks Sweat League. That's right, I was about to say Meseeks Sunday Showdown, but I was like, bro, it's literally Monday, and I just casted Sunday. So it's Monday, it's Sweat League. I'm already starting to get a little heated. We're going to take a little bit of a cool down time. Don't go anywhere, we're going to be right back. everybody. Good evening. We're back with our second series of the night. It is going to be Dysfunctional taking on the home team, the home crowd roaring. It's Meseeks. Okay, we picked up Demise, and we're excited about this roster. However, they've got a very talented opponent ahead of them in a Dysfunctional squad that has possibly looked the best that they have ever looked last month, starting the month off rocky last night, but enable an opportunity to redeem themselves today. So Default, I know we were talking about this series prior to, and you know, again, this is going to be a difficult one for Meseeks, but do you think they have a chance to snag a game or two from here?
I think if they put their best foot forward, they play really well. I think they could possibly snag a map away, but I mean, this Dysfunctional roster, previously Goofy Goobers, is just so dominant right now. I really don't think it's likely that you're going to see more than one map be taken away from them tonight. To be honest, I'd be surprised to see more than that. I think 3-0 or 3-1 is my prediction for this series.
Well, that's an accurate assessment. I'd love to see this Meseeks squad thrive, and obviously they were formerly Demise, but you know, the former Goofy Goobers, now Dysfunctional, certainly going to be pretty much having their way with them. It's all a matter of how Meseeks retaliate. As we're going to start things up, we're going to go right back over to a standoff hardpoint, followed by a Summit Search and Destroy, question mark? Yucky, I guess that's okay. I mean, I'm okay with Summit on Search, right? Takeoff Control, that one should be interesting. I haven't seen it played. That's a huge map. That could be something that... Wait a minute, are we looking at the same best of 5 from last series, just swapping the Search and the Control? Because we did Control on Summit, and then we did a Takeoff on...
We did.
Yeah.
Our maps 4 and 5 are different too, though. But the initial maps, yeah, it's the first 3 maps that we were played on the last series. But the last 2 are different. So if it goes further than 3 games, it'll be different. But yeah, the first 3 maps are repeats. I think Search and Destroy is Summit. I'm actually really happy to see it back. It's a very aggressive Search and Destroy map. My team played on it last night. It was a lot of fun to go back to it. So I'm kind of happy to see it in here, to be honest with you. It's a different kind of build, and it switches things up a bit. It's not the traditional Search and Destroy map, but I like to see that. So I'm excited for it.
Oh, there we go. And those... different takes on game 4 and 5. It's going to be Slums, Panama for a hard point, and then Raid, the Hollywood Hills of California for that hard point. As we see Haciendas out the window and Firing Range out the window, respectively. The Annihilator and the Purifier. Thank God someone had the sense, the right mind to take something so damn overpowered out of the hands of possibly some of the most overpowered players in the game in NA, and Goofy Goobers and Meseeks. That was probably the boldest pick you could have made, so I gotta commend them for that one. So we'll see how it goes, though. Is a best of 5. The hard work has yet to start, and Dysfunctional, this might be a series that they could just breeze through. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that Meseeks is able to put up a fight, take a game like you mentioned, but let's be realistic here. This Dysfunctional team has been clicking on all cylinders recently. They are a lethal opponent to jump into the ring with.
I'll tell you right now, I expect if Meseeks win a map, I'm going to say they're going to win the Search and Destroy if they win anything. I think that the respawns, I think the Dysfunctional is going to steamroll those. I don't see there being a chance in that. But I think in the Search and Destroy, this team, when they were Storm and then when they were Demise, very strong in Search and Destroy. It was the best game mode that they had. So I think if they're going to win one, that'll be my pick if they're going to get it. That's the one to watch, I would say.
All right, well, we're going to bounce out of the lobby and give this puppy a second try. Obviously, no ping, no party, right? Well, I think we mentioned the team history of, Demise and now Meseeks, but, when you mentioned Storm, some of the names that come to mind for me is Nerdy, Yawn, Losty. We don't have any of those players to mix. AO Ralph was there. I think that's the only player, maybe Tsunami, but everyone else is different.
Was for a while, too.
I never seen Andre play in Mobile Mayhem. I'm sorry. And when Storm was at their peak, I think that roster had potential to do better things, but those players have, since moved on to another scene, or another team. So we'll see if this team can pick up the slack. They got a lot of it right here on game number 1. Stand up hard point number 1. Again, it's right in the courtyard. You can see right on the mini map. Probably, one of those ones where you don't want to overextend, but get what you can get and move on. Proper setup for P2 is absolutely crucial, and even with proper setups, obviously, good night. Are we getting a second time too?
Why?
Come on, guys! We're on a timeline.
Hard point identified.
I'm just kidding. We're not on a timeline, but Verdict is.
We tied for the lead.
Oh man. No, I mentioned Andre because when they played in the Sweat League last season, which is Storm's last season that I watched as Storm, Andre was on the roster for that, so that's why I mentioned that was the only time I saw him play with him, but he was on the roster for that whole tournament, which lasted for like 8 weeks.
Which was it?
The Sweat League, this league that I ran last season. He doesn't have all the same teams now.
Yeah.
He played in it for the season.
Good deal. Good deal.
But,
All right.
Yeah, you're right. He never played in that many for them.
Well, to be fair, though, that team was like, I mean, that was like 6 months ago. That was like, you know, before Stage 5 even happened. So, in all fairness, you know, roster mania, you know, players swapping back and forth. It literally looked like free agency for, you know, major league sports or, you know, that caliber. Like, I've seen so many back and forth. Hell, I saw one where, you know, Xplicit lost solo, and you know, they picked up a pretty stout, you know, trade, but I don't think Xplicit really fully recovered from that roster loss. As a matter of fact, Xplicit's not the same Xplicit we, you know, we're familiar with after that either. But so obviously some of the players, Solo's here for, you know, dysfunctional here tonight. So who got the better end of that trade? Xplicit still on the rise up, and dysfunctional, they've already, you know, had their seat at the table for quite a while now.
No, Solo's a disgusting player. Watching him play in the Sweat League last season too, like he was just absolutely going off. Every game you could count on him to be top frag, and if he wasn't, he was pretty damn close to it. That man, he is insane at this game. Like he's one of those crack players I've watched play.
Yo, Ban, I don't care about watch hours, bro. I'm ready to watch the action. The watch hours are something that just comes along with it, okay? Right now, we're gonna go ahead and watch some game number 1, question mark, asterisk up top. Is it gonna stick?
Yes,
We got 9 seconds.
Again.
All right. Well, you know, I won't get too excited. Yeah, there we go. It looks like we're good. Yeah, we'll wait for P1. We'll wait for the first kill before we get thrilled that we're in this hard point.
Well, everyone's throwing nades, so that's a good sign.
No, everyone's intact, connected, you know, on point. No kills as of yet. The first one comes through. It's Meseeks. Raph, Daddy, binding for 3 in the feed. They get the break. They get the hold. And dysfunctional still the outskirts. Definitely not in a bad spot, but a little bit of a punch in the jaw off the rip. I kind of like it. Quick jab.
Oh, and Janik there coming up with a couple before getting traded. Dicey gets a couple though, man. Dicey's starting out strong as well, but the break made there already. Euros contested still heavily. Both teams throwing everything they got at it. Neither team really to be able to maintain much control of the center zone. Once again, Meseeks with a little bit more time, but bodies from both sides going thrown at it here. Once again, Meseeks on top of it. Shotgun. Oh, we're gonna see the R90 coming here. Shotguns can be such a lethal thing in the right hands, but they're also a little more tricky to use, I find. Not a lot of players are able to use them in a way that's super effective.
Yeah. Especially not that R9, too. That doof. The pattern, you literally got to hit those first 2 shots, and then you got to take a bit of time, and certainly is able to do it. But I think Solo, if anybody can do it, it's him. I've seen Man pick up every gun and just burn anybody who steps in his path. He's very versatile right now. Meseeks showing their versatility. They're going to get the initial advantage on P2 factory site, but here comes Solo up top, wreaking havoc. 1, 2, can he get the 3? The third, no, not gonna be able to, but his teammates there, plenty of time. And just like that, what looked pretty promising for Meseeks literally went out the window, or literally came through the window.
Yo, Dicey with 9 kills in like the opening minute and a half of this match. He's going off like crazy here. Great start for him. You guys see that? Andre finally picked up his first kill, a little bit slower to the gate here for him. So in control now of this hill a little bit. Oh, last man standing here is Washi. He's going to try to hold this down as much as he can. He's getting some reinforcements now. Almost broken there by Meseeks, but not able to do it in the end. They're 1 player shy to be able to make the break. And I think the rest of the scrap time is going to go. Yeah, they're going to hold on to this and continue to take the time away from it.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Dysfunctional has no reason to believe that rotating late is going to be, you know, any kind of, like, repercussions, right? There's no kind of, like, follow-up after that. They got the break so easily there on the P2 side. It was 1 man leading the pack, and Solo doing it as his name says, doing it solo, and teams there to pick up the slack afterwards. So P2 is opening up now. First few seconds, Tsunami's on the hill. He is holding the hill down, and now Meseeks starting to get a little bit of energy as P3 about 10 seconds in. And not a sign of life there for the side of Dysfunctional to get the break, but here comes the operators. This was make or break. Where are the trophies at? Nobody's got trophies! Where is the info? Where are the comms? Dysfunctional You had Sparrows available. You got to be able to come packed and ready to lock them down with some trophies on the objective. Especially those close quarter ones like top blue. There's literally every point of angle that you can get a Sparrow shot in the window. And anything else, throwables-wise. It's got to be a little bit more brave. They do get the retake back in, but it's going to be short-lived, and now we're going to be heading over to P4. It's only a 40-point advantage so far for Dysfunctional, though, so they got that going for them.
I was absolutely right with this. I see that pretty much in the absence of the Purifier and the Annihilator, it's almost all Sparrows. We have 4 Sparrows per side. So very heavily in the Sparrow use here, and Dysfunctional actually playing a lot better than expected to this win. It's a tough opponent and all. They're playing pretty well out of the gate here. Box is the contested right now. Gonna get shut down once again. Tsunami with his Sparrow out. Dicey as well, just holding this angler here. The kills man stairs there. Oh man, let the guy up top maybe cause some problems for them, but he gets shut down. The drone's out for them as well. They're gonna get some information off that, and honestly, they can get an edge even, or at least tie this thing up with this hill. Very strong play here to Meseeks, and they're coming up really big here. Band's gonna come in. He's gonna get a couple kills, get shut down, but the break is made. They come flying in. Dicey, oh, gets hit with the nade there. He's gonna push anyway. Nope, never mind. He's gonna switch to the other side of the doorway. Gonna try to make this push in soon, but almost the entire team here set up on the side of Dysfunctional, except for Band, who isn't broken, but he gets taken down now.
Yep,
Now
this is
if
the
they
time.
break the kill,
Yeah, you got to get this break, and you got to do it collectively. It's got to be a good push, and it's got to be your last. And Jeddick and Watchley, they combine, they shut it down, and they're going to get the last scrap. Daddy up top, but, I mean, there's not enough time to even, you know, put yourself in a position to capitalize on it. It's literally begging for table scraps at this point. The breadcrumbs is what they're not going to get, though. The last little bit of time is going to go in favor of Dysfunctional, and right now it's not a blowout. It's 70-point advantage over in favor of Dysfunctional, but, I mean, that's what? A hill and a half if you really break it down.
Yeah, with contention time and everything like that. Very close. Both teams are here on P1 again right quick, and this, again, is a very hard hill to control strongly. Both teams are throwing bodies at it once again. The first time they played this hill was chaotic. Right now, control here on the side of Meseeks. They have it set up, but there's going to be a contention coming in from both sides here. We see the push coming in here. Band takes the damage for even getting to the hill, but they get in. They make the break there. We'll see if they can take it back here on the side of Meseeks. Coming up top here, Andre looks to take the man out of top granny. He's able to do so. Pushing into the hill now. They have control once again. Shoots towards top blue. Gets some damage there. Unable to finish the kill though. And start thinking about rotations here soon, I would think. With only 15 seconds left in this P1. I think Tsunami's going to do just that. He spawns close to P2 and he's going to take that rotation in there. But he's going to be contested instantly. Solo's there with the R9. And yeah, Solo's going to get the better of that engagement already in the hill. I'll try to take him out like a tick entrenched. He's set up well to stay for the duration, I think, with that shotgun. Pushes out, though.
Yeah. What I would say there, too, is that in that instance, Tsunami's got to do a better job playing his life. He's the only one in enemy territory. Luckily, Daddy's going to come through, put up some shots, going to be able to get the extension. Farm side is covered. Nice. Secret is uncovered as well. And the break looks solid. Meseeks are on the hill. They're going to be able to get the full wipe, and now it's going to be Dysfunctional. Acting, you know, kind of out of character. Like, this P2's point should have been bread and butter for them. They get the break early, and right now, Meseeks able to find a kink in the armor, and I gotta say, they still got a lot of fight in the dog left. Mac-10 blazing, Solo not in the hill, not able to capitalize on the close quarter of this one. And I gotta say, this was a stout P2 recovery for them.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised here, too, to watch this. For the most part, once the hill was retaken there, and Meseeks had the hill, very kind of one-man-at-a-time efforts there. We saw 3 or 4 solo pushes on the side of Dysfunctional before they finally pushed as a team there. So a little bit surprised to see a kind of uncoordinated pusher to them, if you will. But anyway, they end up getting the scrap time here, and the difference stays about the same between that point. Teams kind of split the points. We're going to go now to P3 and second rotation here. Right now, looking like Meseeks are the team that's set up better, and Jeddick's going to play his life a little bit here. Trying to hold things to get some reinforcements and some help to work with. He's going to get a kill there, pick one up.
Taking the lead.
Still waiting for help with things though. The break time coming in here, and they're being swarmed now.
Oh yeah, this is tough. Break gonna come through. There's multiples in the hill. The grab spikes playing to the advantage of A.O. Ralph, and with a big break coming back in, 40 seconds on the hill. I'm thinking now's better time than ever. Meseeks get the break. They're gonna get the Hulk in. They get the P4 spawn sites. Gonna get the rotations. They get the transitional kills. We're going to go ahead and do our first HyperX listening. Go ahead and buckle up. We're going to be heading down in the VCs of Meseeks to see how the magic is made.
Go on you, they're on you.
They should have 2 more new. They're coming up, bro. Play life is more fun. Barn side, Kizzy. Watch out.
Alright, bar side, one more bar side. Two bar side, that's all. You guys gotta survive. I'm coming in for the bar side.
Two barn. There's 2 barn.
Good shit.
Push your farm. Hold boxes, Andrew.
He's in barn, dead. Good.
Push your boxes. Help him out on boxes.
Boxes.
Are they top?
Yeah, two top.
One box is 3 top. 3 point.
He's flanking.
You guys gotta watch your top, bro.
Oh man, solid P4 break, solid hold on the initial entry of this P4 rotation, but the comms, everything, it'll let you know the alertness, the awareness, the point not being held properly. You gotta hold that one and cover it like a newborn child, right? You got P4 rotations locked down. You tell them you don't have someone top, that's tough. And sure enough, they're gonna be able to, you know, get up a few points before, you know, Dysfunctional get things wrapped up under their belt, but that P4 was such a devastating blow to the Meseeks squad.
That was a critical moment. They were set up for success there, but not guarding the top is going to cost them the majority of time on that hill, and ultimately, I think, be the end of the chance for them to win this map. So, good effort for them with the rotation, but yeah, you're right. The failed setup definitely is going to cost them a lot of points there. I'm just going to pull up the Sparrow, try to clear things out, try to work their way back in this, but they've got a massive hill to climb now, down by 80 points. Only 25 points needed left on the side of Dysfunctional to close things out. We have a drone out there to try to get some info, though, try to make some picks here. But I think it's just going to be too much for them to come back from this point. Now down by almost 100 points.
Yeah, down by 100 plus points, and your opponents only need 11 to close it out. There's no way possible. We saw similar situation in the Tribe matchup. The break does come through, but again, all it takes is one decent break on a, you know, a money hill like P2, and you're spawning like way too far out to get a contest in. Surely enough, the fight is still there. The focus here for Dysfunctional, they're happily content with holding back for new and making sure that they don't overextend. Right now, the break is going to be shut down. Solo going to be the last one on P1, but look at the spawn site. So not solidified as of yet, but I mean, 10 seconds, that's a lot of time to, or that's not a lot of time to play with if you allow this team to get on the point.
They cannot afford any more breaks. The next time Dysfunctional breaks this, the game is over. So Meseeks need a miracle here. They had to play a perfect game from here on out if they want to win this. There is zero room for error. We'll see if they can do it. They're set up for this hill so far. Break attempt coming in though. First one shut down. You're going to see a coordinated effort here on the side of Dysfunctional. Yeah, Sparrow comes in there and picks off. Has to clear out top now. So that Sparrow shots in there, come up top. And the break, not quite coming through yet. They're still contesting there. Tsunami's still up top with that Mac 10. Trying to keep his team going here. Gets one kill with the box and gets taken down. The break comes in. Raph up top again, though. Still contesting. They're fighting for their lives. There are only 5 seconds needed left here by Dysfunctional to get down. And now I think there's no one to contest this. That's going to do it. Tsunami makes one last push, gets a final kill, and Solo will take him out. That'll be it. So decent effort there by the Meseeks. They had a chance there, but that P4 setup that was broken so quickly, I think, cost that map in the end. So 1-0 series lead here for Dysfunctional. Good job for them for coming out, doing what we expect them to. They're a strong team. But Meseeks showing some life in that one. Not quite enough to get the map, but all around good, entertaining first map, I would say. Relatively close match.
Very similar to what we saw in the Tribe game, right? The Tribe iTitans would, right? You get a P4 site. Obviously, there was no score streaks that were yoinked, but you look at the rotations, you see the break. It was that make or break P4 hold for Meseeks, just like it was for iTitans. That could have been a turnaround hill for them, and they could have possibly stolen a game off a Tribe. Right there, the butchered P4 hold. You don't have anybody up top. The control is lost. The hill is scrapped, and valiant effort, but you know, valiant efforts don't get the they don't pay the bills around here, right? You got to put up some dubs. And right now, they're gonna be going down in the Search and Destroy 1-0. A big first game for AR Ralph, 36-30 with 50 on the clock. But you look at the flip side of things, it is a primary positive sea of players who putting in the hill time, putting in the kill time, putting in the rotation, and Blur just a primary slayer for this roster. That trash can popped off with the most kills. Come on, Blur. What the hell? I'm just kidding, Blur. Much love, homie. All right. Search and Destroy bound we are. And it is going to be the flip. We saw the Summit control last series. Now we're going to be moving over to a Search and Destroy on Summit instead of Control. We're going to see the takeoff for Control. I think this is a better play. You know, I obviously think the bigger map would be better for Search, but I think we desperately need bigger maps for control. I think that's an even bigger like problem. You force the interactions, the game's over before it starts. I mean, you saw 3-0. Tribe just, I mean, whoo! Well, the brakes.
I like Raid a lot. For control, Raid is my favorite map. I think that's the most balanced map.
Oh,
they
Raid's
have for the
a classic too, though.
It is. This is true. Yeah,
I think.
very small.
I think. Are you familiar with like the old like Black Ops maps, like Express?
Yeah, I played Black Ops 2 a lot. I didn't play Black Ops 1 or 3 as much, but yeah, Black Ops 2, I know all those maps really well.
Express was like, I think they really need to add. Oh, bro, Raph, denominate Raph. Ayo, Raph, you're a trash caster. Thank you, Blur. I love you, homie. I know I'm trash. That's the difference, Blur. Okay, I don't let my ego. I'm just kidding, bro. I am playing with fire over here, baby, and I'm loving it. I'm looking to get burnt, but I think Express and I mean Days in chat, he'll remind me every time we cast together. Express needs to be added to COD Mobile. What are they waiting on? How many days do I need to start like posting tweets day one of asking COD Mobile to add Express to the map pool, like add it into the game? That map would be dope for all three. Yeah, Miami Strike, bro. Miami Strike. That was the absolute worst map in all of Cold War. Cold War was filled with trash maps.
Yeah, there was a lot of maps. Checkmate was pretty good though. You got to admit, Checkmate was one of their better maps.
Checkmate was good. I like Checkmate. I kind of liked Apocalypse. Apocalypse grew on me. Like Hardpoint, dope. Control, dope.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a pretty good map overall. See a Search and Destroy, here it goes on the summit. Blur, if you're listening, just saying, I think you're a really great guy. Love you.
Oh man, don't fire him up, bro. His look. His head's gonna be not able to fit through the door frames of this summit building right here, and those are wide door frames, right? I'm kidding. Obviously, we like to throw a lot of shade at Blur. We call him the budget tech, but it's with a lot of respect. If we don't pick on the ones that we truly, have a high respect for, do we really have a respect for them? Well, no respect here in round number 1. It is the defense. I mean, absolutely. They're balls to the wall. They're in the spawns already looking for that last player. It's a matter of just time before they find him and we move over and it's going to be a 1-0.
That was a very aggressive defense. Oh my goodness. They just ran through the entire team. And Raf's just sitting here patiently waiting by, but it's only a matter of time till he has to push and try to recover that bomb. This is going to be a next to impossible recovery. You see Blur and Ingenic there just waiting. Then you have Washi and Ban going on the hunt. This is a very, very solid setup here. On the side of Dysfunctional. Raph is taking a miracle to win this, but the MAC-10's a really good close-range gun, so if you can get one double, might make this more doable, but got lots of time to work with. That's the one thing that Raph has in his favor here. There's no shortage of time for him at the moment.
No, there's not, but, you see it. The bomb's being held hostage by the two bandits on the prowl, playing their twos, and this is a perfect instance of what Search or Destroy should look like at all times when it's a 2v1 or a 1v4 or 2v4. I think you should play your twos at all costs, and I admire the effort here from Raph, but I don't even think he knows that he rounds the corner, and there's two inside, there was two on his backside. My guy was pinched and spread so far thin there, bro. There was absolutely no hope, and sure enough, again, as I mentioned, 4 players dropped almost as the round started. Dysfunctional carrying the weight here in the Search and Destroy.
That was a picture-perfect round there from Dysfunction. They couldn't have played that any better. Oh, Solo's gonna get better by Raph right off the back here. Ban using the shotgun this time. Dicey with the snipe here. Sniping on this map is not something I expected to see a lot of, to be honest. Dicey's making it work so far. He got 2 kills. This is close. 2-on-2 now. Trades come back and forth now. All up to Ban now. Got that shot of you, but 1v2 here is gonna be hard to clutch. Not as quite as tall as the 4v1. See if he can do it. Bombs pick back up and go into the B side now. This should be a round in favor of Meseeks if they play this correctly. Never underestimate Bando. This guy, of course, used to be on Tribe. Really solid player, but he switched here now and making the name for the new team as well. Dysfunctional started to look almost as strong as Tribe is, so congrats to him for taking the rebuild. I'm sure it wasn't easy having to change rosters. Bomb's finally gonna go down here. Dice is gonna put that in. The timing might not be good for him to survive though. Yeah, Band takes him out as soon as the bomb goes down. See, so now we can get the advantage, but he's gotta be careful here because Band again with shotgun in hand. It's gotta be careful making that push.
Yeah, he's gotta be careful. I mean, this is a rattlesnake. Push into a corner, just waiting to bite. Right? Don't ever, be the first one to push. You find yourself in a position where you can hop the bomb when needed, get the info, and surely enough, there he is, right there. He puts that distance in between the two. And surely enough, picks up the sniper to go along with it. And that was a well-played round for Meseeks, a well recovery after kind of getting butchered in the first. And this is something to be proud of. You're in Search and Destroy with a stout opponent, and you're doing, first attacking round. Usually teams don't find a lot of success on the attack unless your opponents are just clueless. I mean, you literally just play it back, but I don't think Dysfunctional wants to, be that team. They want to push balls to the wall deep and pretty much everything right here. Here comes the shotty again. Band. Solo, they're going to be the first casualties. We got 2 for 2s, and this is, again, another interesting round.
Last man standing. Finish it.
Off to Dicey now. That was very quick. Bodies dropping everywhere.
Was interesting. Now it's a 1v3.
Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, nice nade from Washington. He cooked that perfectly. I'll take that round out. So 2-1 now here for Dysfunctional. Like I said, if I think Meseeks are going to take a map, I would guess the Search and Destroy would be it. But this small map, I think probably also maybe not the greatest Search and Destroy map for them, I would say.
Probably not the best for anybody. I mean, honestly, this map is not my favorite. It doesn't offer a lot other than, ballsy pushes through the spawn site, which we see Solo doing time in, time out. Or you just lay back in the cut and wait for your opponent to make a selection on the bomb site and, make them pay for their, mistakes. But this map is way too, it's not wide enough for it to be allowing for rotations. There's 3 funnels of death. You got mid, which is a monster. You got the site, which Washi's watching right now, and then you've got the, the catwalk. You pick your poison and you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, it's a very tough map to make pushes on for sure. And I think that, watching Demise, they were in Demise before they were Meseeks, they were very good at picking teams apart, one player at a time. And especially on larger maps, they were really, really good at that. But obviously, a map like this doesn't allow for that opportunity. So their play style for Search and Destroy, I would say, is maybe not quite, but almost nullified, if you will. They're not able to play Search and Destroy the way they would normally play it. And I think that's going to end up favoring Dysfunctional because they're a team that, very good with the gun skills again and super aggressive. So I think this map probably is a better map for them to play on. That being said, Raph's playing some really dodgy game right now, and he's playing pretty well. See if he can get it. It was a 1v3. He got 1 man down. He's still got 2 left to go. Almost took out a second, but not quite able to get the job done there. Blur's going to see him now, I think.
Big kill.
Good.
Big kill, and Jinnik not there to get the trade either. This is a perfect example of not how you play your 2s. You have 2 people left and 1 person to deal with, and it's Raph. And sure enough, Raph is going to go ahead and get the bomb plant down. Doesn't have enough time to rotate through, and Jinnik, look at him. He's up top of the catwalk, reads it like a book. And now he's just waiting to make the pounce as we see the bomb go down. Oh, the drop down. He's lightweight, dude. That's tough. No damage there. The nade's baked. Perfect read from Raph. This is a stalemate right now. Don't be the first one to attack. Raph, you needed to play a little bit more time. You had the top control. Ah, it was a valiant effort, though. You dumpster Blur, and that's all that matters.
Almost got the 1v3.
Almost.
Well, so 3-1 here for Dysfunctional. Again, they're on the defense. They have the easier side at the moment. That round, not as well disciplined from them, but they still come out with the victory in it and take the 2-round lead here. I won't say lucky, because not really such a thing in COD Mobile, but definitely took more risk than they needed to, but they ended up not getting burned. Very aggressive defense from them again here. Both teams going crazy. Man, Andre and Band both picking up first kills there. Band already traded out. Yeah, these teams are not holding back at all. This is just like a one-man team deathmatch.
Basically. We've seen the bomb planted 1 time. No, twice. We've seen it twice. Okay, well, I mean, it's 50%. It's no worse than any other map, but I mean, you're absolutely right. It's literally, one gunfight after another, and it's a matter of who has the player advantage before we get to, towards the end of the round where everything starts to unfold. And we've seen 1 round already successful for Meseeks, so they have enough to find another. It's 1:10 on the clock. They've got the bomb in hand. They only have 2 players to deal with. They've done a lot of the harder work, but there's still harder work ahead of them. As Washi is 3 kills deep, as Blur is also 3. These players, very, very remarkable snipers. Washi Definitely better than Blur, but Blur certainly, you know, puts his name in the category for top sniper in any category, in any region at all. So, I mean, very, very well talented. And the nades are going to come through. Dicey, I love the position where he's at. He's playing for info over here on the A site. The call-outs come through. 35 seconds on the clock. A great read from Dicey. They're going to be able to capitalize on it and see if they can get a good, better position than that last round. Oh, man. Blur.
I think.
Oh,
maybe not. He
he's
going
to get two. No way. Daddy, bro. Papa, Daddy,
disgusting.
static. Homie. Ain't no way you didn't hear that. That's tough. 15 seconds. He's got to go for the TDM. It's his washy. Oh! The slide, the dip, the bomb. It's hopped. Okay, he's got time. He can't overextend, though. He's got to put himself in a position to close the gap without being too aggressive. Oh, man, the top slide. Washy just too vetted. And that is a... I mean, you got to hand that... You know, tip your cap to Blur. He picks up two with a deagle right under Daddy's nose.
Yeah, I guess those two headshots. Somehow you're right. Daddy didn't clean after the first one. That's one where you got to have your teammates back, and unfortunately, the reaction time they're too slow, and Blur able to get the double, turning it into a one-on-one, which Washi's unable to close out. So very close to having another round there for Meseeks, but now you're down by 3. Last round of the attack, and I mean, I know it's offense, it's harder, but you really got to win this one. Going down by 4 is almost damn near impossible to come back from.
Yeah, damn near impossible. It's you know, it's been a damn near impossible matchup, right? You're in the ring with Dysfunctional, who has possibly been on some of the best COD mobile plays of their life. Oh, Ralph going to be able to get one before he's dropped. Blur continue with the deagle.
Blur.
What the hell, bro? He's just putting on a clinic. The deagle, the 50 cal, just not letting up, and Andre's going to be another victim. Are we seeing 2 deagle? Are they not sniping anymore? Are they just going for the deagle shots? How madly disrespectful.
Yeah, although Blur got a deagle and then a snipe back-to-back there in that last round. But yeah, they're using the deagles as much as the snipers. But to be honest, in such a small map, I don't really blame them.
Verdict sus? What are you guys talking about? I didn't moan inappropriately. Oh! Okay, maybe I did. I'm trying to replay it in my mind. That sounded kind of like that, but you guys get it, man. I was in the moment. I was in the heat of the passionate, you know, seeing a 1v, you know, something clutch, and maybe I did let my emotions get the best of me.
I mean, also, if you're looking for a comparison, I can give a demonstration of what that would sound like.
Hey, yo! Blur, right up top again! Through the window! Oh. Thank you, Dicey, for taking him out, dude. It's so just disgusting watching him pretty much put it in you with the deagle round after round.
I think I pumped Blur up since I said he was really good. I love him. He's top frag right now. He's 9-4. Just slaying out here, mostly with the deagle. Taking his time with those headshots.
Blur's mid, okay? He's not. Don't gas him up. He's mid. All right.
Top tier player for sure. Man, again, very aggressive round at the start here. It's gonna favor the side of Meseeks, up to 3-on-2 now. They keep playing these defensive rounds where they are. They can work their way back into this matchup. Washi goes down as well. It's all up to Blur. If anyone on the team can do it, it would be him. But well, picks up the shotty there for the pistol. I'm surprised he dropped his deagle. He has like 4 or 5 kills with it this game so far. But he's gonna trade it out for the shotty. 1v3 though. Raph almost did it. We'll see if Blur can do it. He's got the bomb in hand, so at least there's no bomb recovery required. That part's gonna be useful, but good setup here on the side of Meseeks, just sitting back waiting for information. I'd like to see maybe 2 of them sticking together there, so you have that traded ability more. But
exactly.
The information play should be good.
Yeah. Play the 2s. I mean, send 1 on a mission to get the info, right? Let him be your bait. You know, the other 2, kind of just post up, wait for the rotation through, wait for or push up after the info. You know, play your 2s more aggressively. Right here, the convergence is going to come through. It is going to be Tsunami and Andres. They're going to be looking for blood, and Blur's backed into a wall. Is going to drop the smoke. Opts for the rotation. Blur's going to get dicey, and things are getting a little spicy. It is certainly a little bit of shake and bake here from Blur. Now the movement on point. The rotation's through. Catches one lacking. He catches another one. Tsunami, don't be put. Oh my God. Right there. Never stood a chance. But he's going to rotate right into Andres.
Blur's being hit too.
The 9 hits from that distance, Blur? What the hell?
1v3 clutch there by Blur, and that's an example there where Meseeks, like, they had a chance. They're 3-on-1. There's no shot they should lose that round, but they allow Blur to isolate the gunfights and do 3 1v1s rather than sticking together, and it costs them the round. Like, you sticking together is really big in this. You saw it, and honestly, both teams seem to just shy away from that strategy. I'm not really sure why, but sticking together is huge in Search and Destroy. You have a man advantage, because when you don't, that's when the clutches happen.
Man, he's exploiting left and right. Blur on a little bit of a tear. He's definitely heating up. Certainly on a burner right now. He's 12 kills deep, bro. Deagle for most of those. And the R9 for the 1v3 clutch. I don't think he ever pulled a sniper out. Didn't need to. The Deagle, the accuracy, it's on point. Washi's going to get the finish there, but that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Search and Destroy in the bag. Hot damn. Blur is just like shit and gold these days, baby.
Dysfunctional didn't even pick up the bomb that last round. They just went and said, okay, we're just going to eliminate you. They didn't even pick up the bomb. The disrespect of that play, man.
The disrespect, the intentional. This is nothing intentional. I know my guy has best intentions, and surely he knows what he's good with. The Deagle is certainly crafty in his hands. The R9 also. So we've seen him with the SKS. We've seen him with the AMAX. We've seen him with pretty much any and every other weapon, too. So man's a master of his craft, and he's jack of all trades and master of all. So 13 kills on board to cap it off. 9 for Ingenic, 6 for Washi, and 7 apiece for Solo and Band. On the flip side of things, it wasn't too far away, right? You got 1 or 2, like, 1v something clutches or, you know, a little bit of miscalculation. You've got, you know, a different ball game. But in Summit, you can't allow for the rounds to develop. Everything is almost instant as far as action goes. And then it's whoever's left standing to deal with all the, you know, the rest of the pieces. And never enough to develop there for Meseeks. And Dysfunctional, they're up 2-0. This is match point for them.
Yeah, for control and takeoff. Very solid map played by them. And yeah, I mean, realistically, Blur there is the biggest difference maker, because most of the kills spread pretty evenly around the board. But Ingenic doing a little above average as well, but really, Blur was the difference maker there at 13. Kind of stood out, and 5-round difference, but most of those rounds are relatively close. Meseeks just, I think, like I said, I think it's just not their map. They're a good Search and Destroy team, but Summit's probably one of their lower choice of maps, I would think, for Search and Destroy. They're good at picking people off from a distance and playing their, you know, the slow game, and Summit really doesn't allow for that style. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that made that a difficult map for them to play. And not to take away from Dysfunctional, they're an incredible team. But
I think you make a very valid point. I think Dysfunctional, you know, hit the nail on the head with their scouting report. I was taking a look at the map picks and everything. Of course, Meseeks select standoff. It was a very hard, fought match. Dysfunctional able to take the bag there. Dysfunctional picked Summit. And was that intentional? Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody want to play Summit unless you know that you might have to, you know, force the engagements in order to, you know, secure the bag or make it easier for you, not have to work so hard for it. But, I mean, if you've done that kind of scout report and you're able to exploit this squad and, you know, put yourself in a position to be, you know, pretty powerful and close it out 3-0, I mean, you've got the advantage. Take it, right?
yeah, I would say, though, very well played by them if that's the case. It would make sense, because like I said, if they did the scouting report, they would know that, yeah, smaller maps are not something for Search and Destroy that Meseeks have the best time with. So I think, yeah, you're probably absolutely right. If they did the scouting report, that would be a perfect map to choose. It makes sense to take a map or a mode that your opponent's really strong at and make it a mode that's harder for them with the choice of map. So good on them for that. We'll see if the revenge comes here for Meseeks picking another type of a little bit slower game pace with control and picking a map that is longer range, but I think again, where it's more of a respawn, you're gonna see this. At this point, I'm saying it's gonna be a 3-0. I think, to be honest.
Yep,
I'd be excited to see
your analysis earlier. I mean, you made your pick. You said if Meseeks is able to take the Search and Destroy, we might be seeing a game 4. And well, we just saw the Search and Destroy. It was a 7-2 blowout. I mean, there was hints and glimpses of, you know, some potential there for, you know, Meseeks to turn things around, but again, when you've got, you know, such a wild card and wild factor of Blur in the lobby, just, you know, putting clip after clip after round, I mean, it's so damn impossible for you to get your footing in the round. And now we get to move over to Takeoff, where this is the first time I'll get to be able to spectate it from control, or from Takeoff control. So I've seen only two maps played so far. I think it was Hacienda, which played all right. And then we had Summit. Summit played awful. I didn't like it at all. And we saw Summit earlier, too. So, now a little change of pace, a little bit wide open, and a little bit of free range.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes here. This map is a lot bigger, and I think that you're going to see a very slow game pace here from the side of, I keep forgetting names, Meseeks, because these teams both free breakers recently. Oh, Blur is playing the patient game here, just sitting back and waiting for free kills here. Both teams actually playing a lot slower than I expected to at the start. Only a 2-kill advantage, but both teams just sitting back, playing a very reserved kind of game here so far for Control. I'm used to seeing this. Blur's still sitting in that same kind of area. They're just playing very cautiously, waiting for the kills to come his way, and they are. I think he's playing for streaks at the moment. No progress on either hill now.
Yeah, here comes the progress on B. The hill's hopped. One there for the contest. The reload, certainly not the best position to do that in. Solo able to take him down. The Doof right in superior here yet again, and, you know, on a map like Summit, I expected. On a map like Takeoff, I guess I kind of expected it because of how this series has gone, but right now it's, you know, pretty much ARs and Banana Max, right? And then you've got a wild card in the Doof, so the break not on this B side is no progress, and you got one player in the spawn. Blur finally able to be dealt with, but he's 4 on board. Damage dealt, 13 seconds. There's no way that they're going to hop any of these hills, and with the coverage that Dysfunctional has, this is a round in their favor. Defense prevails.
Yeah, definitely. Very strong defensive rounder to them, and yeah, this is going to finish with, I would say, likely no progress bars completed. They might get one here in A. Starting to catch up in kills a little bit. It would take a miracle to win this. They're going to get one progress bar anyway. Keep pushing. They've even the kills up now. Maybe from
okay.
They're up by a player now. Okay, round starting to come out. That's on my band finally. Band on the hill now. He goes down as well. Down, man. This is going to come down to the wire. 4 lives left for each team. When they're staying on the A hill, this could be enough. They could actually come back and steal this round. It looked like it was all over, but they continue to push. If they can finish off at least this hill, buy some more time, but they might not even need that. Down to 1 more life, though.
Oh,
1v1 left.
No!
Next going to win this.
Next kill's going to win it. The time actually expires. Oh! Devastating. Such a turnaround round. And this is, and look, I said Takeoff had potential, and this is what I meant. Like, you get into a blender, you're like not able to get successfully on the hill. You start reevaluating your strategy on a map like this. Everything can, you know, progress. It can develop. You could start, you know, implementing different ways of trying to push the hill because you have multiple avenues of, you know, success to the hill. And certainly that was almost a round that could have went potentially in favor of the Meseeks. But the hill gets hopped and, you know, someone abandons or gets taken down and there's 3 seconds on the clock. I mean, you got to start making a move faster. And right now, you can already see no progress on either point there for Dysfunctional. They're kind of getting griefed, and the defense here might be heavily favored on Control.
That is a thing in the CDL. You said you watched CDL as well. I don't know if you
Defending,
know or not,
it's always the defending sites, right? That always has the advantage. In COD Mobile, I've only seen dominating attack performances.
Yeah, so they tried to fix it. So statistically, this past season, 59% of the rounds went to the defending team, but on Cold War, like when they played the Control on Cold War, defending team won 64% of the time. It was very heavily weighted on the defending team. So we'll see if that's the case in COD Mobile. I think it's probably going to transfer.
I think Berlin was a great addition as it, you know, offers a variety of, like, if you have a certain skill set and getting jump in that attack site, obviously you can have a lot of an advantage because that one is pretty fairly easy to play an attack on. But I think Kavutu and the other maps are pretty controlled right now. I think this is probably the most, like, balanced map that I've seen yet for Control, and I'm very pleased with the gameplay so far.
Yeah, either this or Raid, I would say.
I can't wait to see Raid. Now you got me all hyped up for some Raid Control, but yeah, I think that map, I don't think you can go wrong with anything. Like, literally, you can throw Team Deathmatch in the competitive pool scene, and as long as it's played on Raid, I'd be totally down for it.
I would not. I saw Team Deathmatch in competitive ones, and it was absolutely
You're just horrid. It's terrible, yeah. Okay. Team Deathmatch, but on Nuketown for competitive, 100%. Last offer. No, okay. All right.
That'd be funny. I would enjoy watching one spot. I think even that would become toxic after like 2 goes. As we're chatting away here, you see that Meseeks really looking they're going to take this round here. They've had a really solid defense, and they almost stole that first round of attack, too. So I don't know if a potential upset brewing here for them to get the map and Control, but at least I think they're going to even this one up at 1 apiece in the Control. So I think we're going to see some extra Control rounds, if nothing else. We'll see here. they can make Alaxis and push here on the side of Dysfunctional. They're starting to work to get those kills. No, now it's all on the one. Andre and Dicey combined for 2 there. 1 life left, and there it is. Yep, so tied up 1-1. The defense comes through. We'll see if they can make an attack round, though, and successfully take one from Meseeks, because they're the team that starts in the attack. So at some point to win this, they're going to have to win an offense. That's going to be the challenge here. They almost did it last time on the attack. We'll see if they can do it this round. But so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing with them. There's a lot of life here, and they're looking a lot more even in the control than they did in the Search and Destroy or the Hard Point.
Yeah, and I think if a Search and Destroy on this map would have played out, I think we'd have saw a little bit closer game, too. And right now, we're getting to see those talents that, you know, the skill that is required for Search and Destroy, the ability to play your life, coming into play. Also, the strategy that comes into when you're trying to cap a point. So that combination of the two is certainly key, and I think it's playing heavily in favor of Meseeks right now. They did a great job playing their lives last game. They did a great job of turning it around, and just a matter of time was that they did it too slowly. Right now, they're trying to hop the hill, and I think this is the same mistakes of rounds past. There's no progress anywhere. Even if you do take this next round of the defense, if it's anything like the CDL, the ticks are what's going to favor which team gets what side, and you're damn for sure not going to be able to get into defense if you don't put any progress on one of these flags. At least get 1 cap. At this point, you probably need a cap and a tick or 2, and then just be absolutely shut down on the defense.
They gotta shut Angelic down before he gets a Pred Missile and a Goliath. If he gets a Goliath, this is over. They gotta shut Angelic down. And they finally do, so before he gets a Pred Missile, that's good. They needed that, because without that, I think this is going to be over 3-1. But enemy Angelic goes down, so he has the drone, but no Goliath, and that's huge. And Solo on the side here does have a Hunter-Killer and a drone himself as well.
Friendly Hunter-Killer drone deployed.
Oh, Meseeks slow to start up this round. They are getting griefed. The defense has just been all over it, and Angelic spreeing the hell out. Ban putting in work as well. Now it's 5 seconds. Nobody on the hill. No one even remotely close. Tsunami wins a good gunfight, but not even going to be able to make it to the hill. Solo shuts the push down, gets away into safety, and no ticks of progress for the side of Meseeks, and they're going to be down 2-1 going into the defending round, where if it's anything like CDL, again, I haven't seen a round 5 yet, but if it is anything like the CDL, they're for sure going to be on the attack, and that is, I mean, obviously not been successful yet. And you're just setting yourself... Yeah, I mean, that round was their round to strike, and they just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, 17 lives left there on the side of Dysfunctional. That was a very dominant defense. And I know defense is the strong side, but man, a 12 life difference with no progress on either flag, like, that's an absolute stomping. You gotta push more than that at least. That was not a good round for them at all. So as a result here, you have a little more streak power on the side of Dysfunctional as well. So see if they can make a round and attack. But so far, again, defense being favored slightly. No progress to either kill.
No progress to either hill, and I'm thinking, you know, this is probably the hardest point of the game for Dysfunctional. How about we see what the comms sound like as they're getting geared up for a stout attack strategy? Oh, are they not in VC? Never mind. They're not in VC, so we can't do listening, so Dysfunctional is not there? Or can I not see it? That's tough, dude. All right, I feel like a complete JA. I mean, I guess we can do listeners or Meseeks, but I kind of wanted to hear how the comms sounded and how they, like, formulated their thought for a push, but obviously, you know, we're not going to be able to get that, so... Interesting. Okay. That's okay.
Friendly drone in the air.
Well, 17 lives off the piece here. Not much time left in the clock, though. If Dysfunctional wants to take this one and finish off 3-1, they're going to have to push pretty soon here. 20 seconds left in the clock and only 1 bar of progress on A. And quite frankly, they're not really near any of the hills to make much of a push either. The drone also coming out here. I'm not really sure if that's the best use of the drone here, where it's a defensive round that you're likely going to win anyway. So Meseeks break with that drone. I'm not sure if that's the best use of it, but they have done it here. And they're going to at least secure this round and tie things up, force the round 5. I think they're going to. They're down by a few lives here, and right now, Dysfunctional all on the hill. They're going to force this to go a little bit longer, and as long as they can keep the life advantage here, this might be a possible thing. Dysfunctional might come in and swoop this last second. I think they're going to take A, but the transition, I guess they get a lot of time back, too, to work their way over. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this looks like Dysfunctional might actually win around here on offense. There's only 3 lives left to take down, and now a minute left to work on the clock, 2 more lives to go. This should be a round. Dysfunctional should be able to take it right here.
Yeah,
should be a band coming here with the Sparrow.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect timing, perfect plays, perfect push, perfect execution. 6 seconds left. They needed to be flawless, and guess what they delivered? Flawless performance on that B cap. You're able to extend the game for another minute, and then it's just a matter of time. You know, the players of Meseeks, they didn't have a lot of lives left after that. their best bet was to shut down the push, and they couldn't do it, and that's it. Big game, though. Big series. I think this is a great way for Meseeks to get their feet wet in the Sweat League, and I think they have a lot of potential as well. I think we haven't seen a single team just get absolutely bodied, like embarrassed. But a lot of potential for some of these higher tier teams, or, you know, not as high tier teams as your Tribes or your Goofy Goobers, dysfunctional. Your Zygnuses, your upper echelons, your New York Subline or Mayhem. This is the opportunity for you to get better, and also an opportunity for you to earn some cash along the way. And the Goofy Goobers is just another day at the park for them, another day at the office. They handle business, and now they're heading home to enjoy the rest of their night. And big 3-0 win for them. That's $20 in their pocket too, right?
Yep, solid performance for them for sure. They get the 20, and yeah, I mean, they played a really solid final round there in that control. But that was the most evenly played map out of the three. Well, that and the hardpoint wasn't too bad either, but realistically, very decided advantage here on the side of Dysfunctional. They were the better team all around, and it definitely showed here tonight. Blur really leading the way once again with that as well. You can see his mind, especially working the search and destroy, but for them, I would say easy, relatively easy matchup for what this league is going to be the expectancy of. I mean, obviously being Swiss style bracket, your opponent next week is going to be someone in the top half of the skill bracket, I would say. So these are the good opening matchups here to see what kind of skill we have from the lower end versus the top teams, and then from here it'll spread out a bit more, and you'll get to see a lot more of those high caliber matchups versus each other, and a lot more of the up and coming teams playing each other as well. So I'm excited to see that as the progress goes forward.
Oh, you're absolutely right, and we're going to get geared up. We got our third series of the night. You guessed it. That's right. We got your NYSL Mayhem taking on Xplicit. You don't want to miss this one up. This is probably going to be like our highlight match of the night, and probably going to be one that could possibly go to a Game 4 or Game 5, depending on how each team plays. So we're going to get them piled up in the lobby here momentarily, get the action going, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Who's your pick for this one?
the finale for tonight. This is the end of our series. We're going to go ahead and get geared up for it. Is Mayhem and Xplicit, and boy, do we have a banger on our hands. Week 1, day 1, already is a success. A success? Yeah, success. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. We're in the 3rd series, and it's a banger already. It's going to be one that I'm expecting to go at least to a Game 4. I'm anticipating it, but also wouldn't be surprised if we see a 3-0. So, I gotta say, Week 1, Day 1 has been successful so far, but it's left me wanting more. And I hope that this series delivers on at least a Game 4. If not, I'll be alright. We got Day 2 on Thursday. And I need to hear it first before we go into it. You know, these two teams, contenders, Mayhem obviously a little more established, but Xplicit certainly throwing their name up there. They almost get a bid as a playoff contender for Mobile Mayhem. Get shut down by Mayhem, none other than nonetheless. You think that
revenge?
Yeah, is this a chance for a revenge? Do we see like a beautiful poetic journey to, devastation for Mayhem, or are we gonna see, the opposite? I need to hear from you. What do you think? The default. Damn, I'm looking at chat and it says cartels. Sorry.
I love the Xplicit's been a really good team the last few months here. They're coming up and they're playing really well. They're starting to look like they're going to be a big challenger for some of these bigger teams. But at the end of the day, I think Mayhem just has too many weapons that are too seasoned. Like, Little B and Space have been doing this for a long freaking time, and they come up clutch so frequently. I think it's going to be too much for Xplicit to take the series. I expect a little bit of a good fight. I'm going to predict 3-1 for Mayhem in this series. That's my guess for this.
All right, well, I mean, if you think they're going to win a map, I think it's going to be Search and Destroy for Xplicit. And I was taking a look at the best of 5 rotation. It's a beautiful one for them. We're going to start things off with a Hacienda hardpoint. The free? Who picked that? Zim, get off.
Map are terrible.
Yeah, get off. Get off whatever you're on, homie. This is just an absolute, just devastating map. I've never even seen Hacienda hardpoint in a competitive format. Nonetheless, we're going to see it now. As Raid, Search and Destroy will be game number 2. Slums control for that 3rd game. And if it does go further than that, we'll see Summit again for hardpoint. And Standoff for Search and Destroy to cap it off, as I see the map bans take off for Mayhem. Firing range for Xplicit, and the Purifier and Sparrow off the table. This is probably the most balanced operator usage we'll see. Death Machines,
yeah,
probably. Sure. But those two needed to be banned, and we didn't see it in the first 2 series.
Yeah, last time we had 8 Sparrows going in the last matchup.
Exactly.
Because Purifier was going down there. So I think I see a lot of Annihilator and a lot of Death Machine here.
All right. Annihilator, Death Machine. Pick your poison. Commit, because we're already jumping into it. It is going to be that Hacienda. Just sounds gross coming out of my, the tip of my tongue. And we'll see if it's, better going down, because we're about to start up, and it is going to be Mayhem with the pick. They, obviously have insight that this is a good hardpoint map, and let's hope they're right.
And I think this is so lopsided. There are 9 Annihilators selected for this map. The only exception to that is Nero using the Death Machine, but everyone else has the Annihilator selected. So right here, there, this map is actually pretty good for hardpoint in my opinion. I've played on it quite a bit. The only thing I would say is on P3, the spawns are really kind of messy. You spawn in the same area regardless of who controls what side. There's a lot of spawning like right next to your opponent, but other than that, I think this map is actually a really good choice. I like the map a lot. It's a good size. The rotations, it's unique. I like a lot about it, to be honest. I think it's gonna be a good game.
All right, we'll see how it progresses now. It's first point literally out in the middle of the B site. It's B site for control. It's the B site for Dom, and thank God we don't have to factor in Dom anymore, but you can see why it's chaotic. There's several points of access. There's top control you got to have, and even if you have top control, you got to worry about the other side of top control. It's just too much and too messy and too much to really process right here. It is going to be Mayhem with the upper hand. The processes for them have been simple. They made it easy. Rehan there for the retake. The last little bit of time is going to be enough to even us up. Maybe a point advantage. There it goes. 14-13 as we're buckling up for a garage rotation. This is where things get a little wonky, right?
Yeah, Jan's already set up. He's in there, but he's one guy. He's going to try to defend off the entire force here of Mayhem. It's not working so well. Clap's close enough to get some help. They actually managed to fend off the people that are coming in now. So Xplicit here with the control at the moment. They're on the point. And I'm not really sure if you have a favorable spawn for this particular kill. No matter which side you spawn on, I think you can take either side and control it and just block the other side. It's a relatively easy point to defend, at least in my opinion. And either spawn can be used. Xplicit so far still making the hold here. Carlino gonna come and try to make the break here. Gets one, pushes in, he does it successfully. Pretty clean break actually. They hit the whole outskirts first and then push into the hill. Xplicit's gonna try for the retake here. Half the time already gone it. They're gonna have a bit of an edge either way, heading over to the next hill. Clap's able to clear things out, and Clap's also on leaderboard right now too. If you watch any of his streams, he plays quite a bit right now in the ranked. A lot of players from the pro scene now I'm seeing playing a lot more ranked with the fact that persistence is finally nerfed and it's not a big deal anymore. So I'm happy to see that. The rotation come over here. So Xplicit so far, off and gunning, they're looking pretty good. You're coming over here, Dilemma kind of rotating, and despite the fact that Mayhem didn't get 3 points that last hill, they don't rotate that early either. Xplicit has the rotation here, so I'm a little bit surprised to see that. They end up losing points on the hill and then not rotating as well, so good push there with Xplicit, and so far they're looking like the better team in this hardpoint early stages at least.
Oh, I completely agree. I think they're getting the better end of the trades. They're not necessarily winning all of their gunfights. As a matter of fact, Beetle is 5 and 11, 5 and 6 for Yon, so not a lot of encounters there. 5 and 10 for Claps. And then you got two pretty much putting up 99 apiece for Bright and Rehan. They're not so much concerned with winning those gunfights as long as their bodies are on the hill. Right now, the points are in their favor. And I think that's a big factor when you're talking about hardpoint. You don't necessarily need to make it about a team deathmatch. Oh, that's a burn right there. Bright pulls out the Annihilator. Doesn't even fire. He fires one shot, gets shut down immediately. That is just... That's a big operator waste, especially considering that we're about to saddle up for a P4 rotation where you've got an open lane and you could clearly like control the traffic and take people off headies with a bit of ease with that at your disposal.
I think the map dictates the operator skills as much as anything in this particular matchup. There's a lot of good operators off on the table still, but Annihilator with such a long-range map is really the prime choice. You're seeing that here, almost everyone using it. But Mayhem pushing back there, despite the fact the rotation came in for the Xplicit, they don't get much use out of that hill. Most of it all goes to the side of Mayhem, and things are basically back to even here as we go back into P4 now. So we'll see what the progress can be here if Mayhem continues to push forward. Xplicit on the hill right now, and Rehan out with that Annihilator now, seeing if he can hold things for a bit longer there. Push primarily coming back from the garage area. Still a couple left on the hill here. Mayhem's contesting right now. Oh, Rehan's going to pick up another one with the Annihilator there. His teammates clean up the rest. And once again, Xplicit on that hill. Contested quickly again, but Little B's the only man close to it at the moment for his team.
Yeah, Little B. Yeah, he is. 20 seconds left. Plenty of time to scrap for Mayhem. They are doubling down. Nero, last one there, scrapped. Ribaldo not even going to make it to the opportunity to contest. And I got to say, Xplicit are covering all odds and all ends, and they're pretty much giving the business to Mayhem as far as the rotations go. They're giving the business to them on the holds. They're not allowing for the retail or for the breaks to come through and stick. You know, when you're thinking about it in the long term of things, it's a 40-point advantage for Xplicit off the rip. I gotta say, I'm kind of astonished. I'm kind of shocked to see that kind of performance, considering that Mayhem has kind of stepped their weight up in respawns and clearly have been like a lot better of a hardpoint team recently, and Xplicit have been primarily known for their search and destroy plays. I guess, is it the map, or is it actually Xplicit getting better though? Because this map is truly it's a beautiful one, but I don't know if I would say it's a great hardpoint one.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it, I suppose. Like, this map, honestly, is quite competitive as far as I'm concerned for hardpoint. It's one of the more fun maps to play on. There's not a lot of money hills, so if you're good at contesting, you like to go back and forth a lot, you like to trades. Like, I would say this is an ideal map for teams that aren't super good with map control, per se. Like, rotations matter, but you can see it. Like, none of these points are, like, there's no point that you're like, yeah, this is a really easy hill to lock down. There's just not a thing on this map.
Garage, maybe. Garage probably, like... If you have good like angles held, it could be a factor. I think Garage on any map, raid more so less probably the biggest money hill in all of COD Mobile. That and P4 of standoff, but this one's probably the only valuable money hill. I think this is where Xplicit found a lot of success earlier. Are they going to find success here? Well, we're going to tune in and find out now as we're going to get geared up for it. We're going to see if we can catch the action in 4K. As we're going to go ahead and get geared up for our first HyperX listen, and they have the hill now. Can they hold it?
Broken there by Mayhem.
He's on yellow Lambo,
I'm gonna go for the flank.
One lobby dead, lobby dead.
Close right.
Yo, push it, driveway. The one on driveway, push. At the house.
2 point.
That's push.
Alright, we could.
Lobby dead, one more lobby.
Oh yeah, one more.
Another one steps.
There's 2
Go new.
Guys, get more on open.
Come here, just come here.
Well, lobby. Lobby, one lobby.
Top lobby, top lobby.
One behind little house, in the little house. He's pushing in the spawn.
We lost the lead.
Go new, go new.
Pushing.
One stop, top left by
The
going
one
back.
spawn jumping at Cedar.
Throw your nades, throw your nades.
Hostiles have the hard point.
One's balcony for sure. Watch out, just watch out.
Tied for the lead.
Balcony, balcony, balcony.
Oh, and all arch.
Another archers, another archers.
Yeah,
Left
another
to con, by con.
One shot, one shot, one
Dead,
shot.
dead.
And point.
Close. Fight.
Any point, any point, any point.
Lost the lead.
Another by archers, another by archers.
Hard point contested. Hostile predator missile.
All right, the contest comes through, but you know it's the streaks coming in as well. Mayhem able to lock and load on that P2 rotation. Garage shot, a lot of value there. They're able to cover the gap. They're able to gain the lead, but at the expense of this P3 break here for the side of Xplicit. They are not down. They're not out. They are trading blows with Mayhem, and this is actually a pretty decent one to watch.
Really good so far. That being said, Little B does have that Goliath available now, so that's going to be a big factor here late game. Mayhem pushing back. You hear there in the comms, they're really cool, calm, and collected. There's no panic in their game at all. Maybe a little urgency with some of the callouts, but for the most part, very collected team. They no sweat off their back so far. And this is one of the things I think the experience brings for them. They're just able to play these close moments, and they're very used to it. They're comfortable in this moment, you can tell, you know. I'm not sure what Xplicit's comms sound like. They've been around the scene a long time, too, at least for
Well,
Mayhem.
I'll go ahead. Look, you don't want to know. Trust. We've done listen-ins with them. They're not so that they're bad, but I just heard some of the most just senile things. That well, I was kind of, look, I didn't even think twice about doing listen-in, and now that you brought it up, I'm like, damn, that could have actually been just the absolute worst experience for everybody in chat. They, you know, we've heard like several explicit terms used, you know, usage of racially motivate. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, probably some of the most spiciest ones, you know, a hot take. And I, of course, didn't learn from my mistakes in the past. And sure enough, they've, you know, renowned themselves. They've improved. The comms are cleaned up, and I kind of appreciated the banter back and forth and the info. It was all prudent information, and I mean, they're battling it out still. It's literally a tie game, 156 to 157. The break comes through, but only 3 seconds left. It's P1 we go now. I'm thinking we've heard the comms for Xplicit. I think we double up for a second listen in. We're going to go ahead and dive in for NYSL listen in, see if they can take control of this P1 hill and get the lead back.
Yeah, open hall, he's watching.
One beacon.
Open hall.
Beacon.
Yep. Open all dead.
Beacon here.
P1,
We gotta pick up the hill.
P1 one shot,
We
P1
gotta
up, P1 up,
pick up the hill. They're in the leader now.
Yeah, pick up the hill.
I think there's one top
here.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, dude.
I'm gonna smoke on you. I'm watching
Contact.
I'm sitting kitchen. Open, and
One's top above us,
One beacon, ayo. Someone's gotta hold open when we're on hill.
Let's do them beacon.
On P1. There's three on site. Four on the site.
One's on open. One's open hall.
Yeah, close up. Nice.
Hard point is
We got plenty here.
One kitchen pushing hold.
Dude, kitchen on
I'm
site.
here, Dan. I'm picking up time.
Yeah, someone's gotta help me with a Goliath here. Someone's gotta come here and help me Goliath on right now.
Hey, one con, one kitchen.
Dude, don't. Alright.
Oh, baby, you heard the comms. They're getting geared up for the Goliath. Looking locked and loaded. There it is. No yoinks in sight. It is going to be Little B able to reap the fruits of all that slaying out he did. You heard the comms. They were crisp. Default. I don't know what kind of comms we would have had from Titans earlier. I completely forgot about comms, but I also completely forgot Annihilator's on the table. The Goliath, absolutely useless. It gets, what, 20 seconds? Enough to kind of close the gap, but, I mean, on a map like this, would have expected it to have at least a full hold on a, you know, a garage site. Nope, Annihilators.
Really,
yeah, barely. I think the comms and the development took longer than it lasted.
They're a little more chaotic than I expected initially, but they're still playing pretty well here, making that foul push. This is a very close map. Xplicit's giving it all they've got, and I'm very impressed how quickly they've done the Goliath and how they just don't go away. They're contesting everything. And realistically, like, they've split the roles up really solidly here. Team playing very well. Like, overall, the people who are lower on kills or higher in hardpoint time, they're playing really well. We'll see if they can do this, but I think there's still a pretty good chance they can pull off this one and take the map away. Both teams over 100 points. It's going to be a very close finish. I say probably 2 more kills before we determine a winner, but this really could go either way. Both teams are playing full throttle right now.
hard point is ours.
Full throttle now. Who's going to be full tilt? The rotation to P4. You got Bright on the hill. Little B gets dusted right through the door frame. The gap is going to be covered. It is a toss-up still. Nero with the Nero slide peek. The reason why he's coined it, bro. Literally named it after him. Anytime I see a slide peek just of absolute beauty, you always think back to Nero slides. They're 100% on point, sure enough. The gun skill's right there with it. Jan gonna hop the hill as well, and now it's a time for contest. Can't let this one get out of way. As you put up all this work, you don't want it to see go to waste, right?
Lost the lead.
But they're playing very well. The same can be said for Mayhem. Both teams have invested a lot into this map. They're both pushing really hard. Xplicit being the underdog probably feels more pressure to capitalize because they may not get as many chances to do that. Mayhem obviously tends to heat up as matches go on oftentimes, so for Xplicit, I think it's very important to come in and close this first map out if they want a chance to win the series, but you couldn't hope for a better map one. This has been so closely contested. No matter how these last few seconds go, you can say you've seen a really entertaining and close matchup. We're 2 points separate the teams going into this next kill here. Mayhem on their rotations. They're looking like they're probably going to take it, but we'll see. Looks like they're going to be a concerted effort here to make the final break push here for Xplicit. They have everyone lined to go in at once, but they're dropping down. Plays coming a bit, but mostly favoring Mayhem. I don't think they'll be able to do it in this push. They're going to regroup and try again. And only 10 seconds left. They don't have much more time for a regroup. This is going to be a very close finish, but I think Mayhem's got blocked down.
Oh, here comes Claps. Here comes the Annihilator. Is he going to get there in time? He's not going to be able to hit the first shot, but he's got a little bit of help, right? Nowhere in sight. That is going to be it. Nobody there to contest. That is tough. Damn, that was a good win. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw it on the rotation, I low-key like discredited, discounted this map being something that would have been a viable option to watch, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the hills being a little bit more of a toss-up, as you mentioned, there's not a lot of money or value in some of the hills as we see on some of the classics. Not a lot of money hills, not a lot of money rotations. It's all about who can win the trades, and Xplicit, they traded with the best, and they almost came out on top, but the difference between almost and, you know, actually doing it was about 22 points. So take a look at the post-action report. I mean, my game just... yeah, I think my game just, yeah, we're going to go back to the main screen. My game just absolutely crapped the bed, so we're going to give Verdict a moment. But 43 for Rehan and Jan, man. They were slaying out. I don't think the skill is, or the challenge for them is so much, you know, the gunnies winning those prime gunfights. It's more so less getting a team that can hop the hill and play it as well. I mean, they did a great job, but at the end, they just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, they couldn't. And to be honest, I think Beetle really struggled there, double negative in that map. And in a game that's so close, you have to think that plays a bit of a factor. You know, we have one player that's trailing behind a bit in the game so close. It makes a big difference. You know, he goes 20 and 43 there. And, you know, even if he was like maybe like, you know, 25 and 35, maybe that's enough to make the difference there. But he got played off a lot of unsuccessful pushes towards the end, too. I think maybe a little bit of panic setting in towards that last point. But I think that's the biggest thing, is that one player lagging behind a game that close. I think that's probably the biggest difference, if I'm honest.
All right, Beetle, you heard it. Step your game up, bro. Need you to come back strong here in the Search and Destroy. This is the best of 5, so you got plenty of ways to go. It is going to be that Search and Destroy raid. And again, we mentioned the map picks and the map selections and whatnot. Hacienda was Mayhem's. Well, we're going to double back with Xplicit's counter, and it is going to be that raid, Search or Destroy. So I think this is one of their better maps to play, and I thoroughly enjoyed their progress and how well they've played in Search and Destroy and progressed. There we go. I'm back in. I don't know how the game actually just kicked me out of the lobby completely, but I think it's never chalked. I think when we think about Search and Destroy performances, this team has beaten the likes of Zygnus. They have stood toe-to-toe with Mayhem and beat them in opportunities. They've also stood in the ring with Tribe and not been easily taken out. Like, this is a map that they can bounce back on and set themselves up for a game 4 100%.
Yeah, I totally agree. If they're going to win a map, I think this is the most likely chance to win. And I don't know how they play in Control. Like, I actually haven't seen Xplicit play in Control yet, so I don't know what to expect from that. I haven't seen Mayhem play Control either, so I'm excited for that. We'll at least see the map 3, but to be honest, I expect Xplicit to win this map. If I had to say that their spirit looks really good tonight, and they're a really good Search and Destroy team like you've mentioned, I think they're probably the favorites for this map. At least my pick. I could be totally wrong on this. I'll apologize if I am, but I think this is their map to win, most likely.
All right, well, they made the selection. Now it's their time to shine. Right now, 2 players drop off the bat. Raballo, Nero closing it off, and Rehan going to lose another teammate. Nero just continuing to be the demon of the lobby. 2 on board now as he's not even wasting time, bro. They do not want this team to have any air to breathe. Suffocating the push. Claps. Oh, my God. The gun. No, the GKS in his hands just absolutely beautiful, and that's going to leave Rehan The sniper talent is certainly not going to be able to get off a shot, and if he did, it didn't even hit. Flawless round almost there for Mayhem. Or was that a flawless round? The Xplicit? Okay, there we go. No.
Just flawless. Oh wait, what's going on?
What? Why? What happened?
Defend the objectives.
No idea.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Rip.
DQ of some sort.
All right, well, we'll double back to the lobby. I don't know what happened there, but I'm sure we had one round in. There's a plausible explanation, but nonetheless, we're going to double back, see, and figure it out. So, based off the fact that...
oh, I see what happened. I see what happened.
Is it 2 minutes on the clock? 2 minutes on the clock, right?
On the wrong side. Yeah.
Oh, wrong side. Got you. What am I talking about? So Mayhem need to be on the defense or the attack first.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys are slacking, man. Come on, bruv.
Yeah,
all right.
Full restart sides were wrong.
Wow, you know, look. You're talking about a whole damn reset. First round slaughterhouse for Mayhem. Flawless, 5 standing, and then all that just to reset. That feels bad, kind of, right?
I'm reading the start here. Mayhem contesting it a little bit, but it's not gonna. It is what it is. It's gonna be a full restart.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if they didn't start on the right side, got it obviously corrected. So I'm surprised they went through that first round knowing that it was a reset, or knowing that they weren't on the right side. Obviously, it must not have clicked. It didn't click for us. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. You know, maybe I should, because then I, say, hey, before we start, let's go ahead and swap it. But there's only so much I can do. I'm literally trying to run everything on the backside and also try to, not sound stupid. So, and it's very hard not to sound stupid because, yeah, I don't fall far from the tree, homies. Let me tell you. But we're getting there. We're progressing. All right. You've seen my Wordle streams. Like I've gotten better here and there. Right. My GeoGuessr though. God damn, bro. I'm just awful at geography. I couldn't even pinpoint Nova Scotia on a map without seeing it.
It's okay, most people can't.
Okay, well, I don't feel as bad, but just know that even if I did have an idea where it's at, I probably wouldn't be able to do it, so.
Fair enough. I'm reading the chat here. Yeah, little B, I think, a little upset over the miscued start, but it is what it is. We'll see if that maybe fires them up a bit. See if they can do, but I guess, they went around, but like, yeah, it's the wrong side of the map. It's way different playing defense than offense, so yeah, I think you gotta restart it. Even the teams are heated here, so just waiting for everyone to ready up again. You're right, Nero's been a bane of the lobby last round, and I think you're probably gonna see the same thing here. He's very slick with the movement.
Oh, very slick with the movement. Then you got 2 talented snipers in space and Little B, but on the flip side of things, you've got 2 big carries, make it 3 if Bright's filling it. And Rehan, Jan, and Bright. I think those 3 can kind of stack up. Obviously, I don't think they have a second sniper that can kind of trade with Little B in space or even been thrown, name in the ring to, kind of compare. But I think Rehan's played enough and earned enough, respect to, be not feared as a sniper, but know that if he's on, bro, you just don't want to be in that path. Space, probably the craftiest. Man, this guy plays the game so too damn much, bro. He's always hitting these cheeky shots that always miss, and I feel bad. So maybe we should just be on board with Space off the rip and just see what kind of cheeky angle he's going to try and hit here. Some of the nastiest wallbang angles that he's discovered from just a time playing the game. Just tell me you're a sweat without telling me you're a sweat. You're hitting shots from bottom red or bottom modern all the way into money room from an angle that's wall bangable, apparently. I didn't even know it was a part of the map until I saw him post the clip, and I was like, well, damn, man, you're just breaking the game, aren't you? Nope, the game's already broken. He's just...
spends time finding every angle available on every map. It's crazy. It doesn't matter what you're playing on either. Like, you're right, you get in these weird spots. And the way he moves, too, like, he thinks differently than almost all the players, so he gets the drop on his opponents really often. Like, his mind is just a totally different thing. And it's what sets him apart, really, because, I mean, all these players have such great gun skill. Like, you're not going to become a great player anymore on gun skill alone. It's really the mind that does a lot of the work, and you really see that with Space. He's one of the most unique players in the game. I love watching him.
All right, well, we'll have to see if, this one progresses. We called it if Xplicit were able to take one game. We thought it would be the Search and Destroy. It almost was the hard point, to be honest with you. So, apparently I have a audio mic sync issue where it's slightly out of sync. I don't know how to correct that. Maybe let's do this. Plus, I don't know if there is a way to slow down the speed at which my voice. Maybe my lips are moving too fast and my camera's just not being able to react. Slow down, Verdict. I can't understand what you're saying. No, I'm not speaking too fast. You're just listening too slow. No, maybe there is a little bit of a sync delay. I can see it right now. It's actually kind of bothering me. Damn it! Why you gotta be right, chat?
Oh, they're talking more in the chat. I don't know what's going on now. They're talking giving the 1-0 lead to Mayhem. I don't know what's gonna go on with this now. I'm a little confused.
Well, let's be fair. If the players selected, they should have been the ones to stop before we started. I mean, it's really on the admins that ultimately, but at the same time, we gotta hold everybody accountable, just like I gotta hold myself accountable. I kind of didn't look at it to be fair, and you know, kind of the price of doing business without checking. Rihan's gonna find first blood. Things are a little different. Space, bro, you throwing? What space? Beetle, what the hell was that? Beetle, bro, someone put Beetle in a freaking casket and just carry man's out, dude. What the hell was that? Space was literally.
What is going on? I'm so confused right now.
Mayhem or trolling. Yeah, chat, this is not 18 plus, by the way, so all the talks of let me hit and whatnot, just keep stop being so damn horny. Come on. We're watching COD Mobile, for Christ's sake.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's not what you're watching these days. This is just constant all the time in every chat. What, little
oh my god.
Get ready for the next round.
What the
Echo.
Bomb spotted.
All right, we're going to pause. We're going to get our act together. We're going to get our shit together. We're going to take a little bit of an intermission. We're going to figure out what's wrong before we jump into our next game. All right, so don't go anywhere. A little bit of a further review. Obviously, we started up the series. The game was actually supposed to be 1-0 in favor of Mayhem, and the only way that we can get that to happen in COD Mobile without, you know, any kind of like, you know, code altering, you know, abilities is to watch Xplicit Sui Date. So get prepared. Round number 1 is going to be a bloodbath, and it's going to be just Xplicit, just Sui Dating, apparently. All right, does everybody have their loadouts attached? Yeah. Everyone's got nades. Everyone's ready to go. We're going to watch it from third player perspective. Everyone dying at one time, maybe? Bam, 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 bam. Bam! Bright. Last with a drop. You win. One round in favor of Mayhem, and that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Sui Nade round gifted, obviously earned in the first attempt, but it took us a whole another second to get it underway. I'm default. Do you know what we're watching right now? This is okay. Regular action now. We're good. We're good.
Back to normal, yeah. I think Nero probably would like his 3 kills he had in that first opening round, but it is what it is. He's not going to get them credited now. I'll give him credit at the end, don't worry, but they're not going to show up on the scoreboard anyways. Beyond gets the first blood here in round number 2. They hit red below. But all the most vital pieces are still up. Bomb's going to go down. Nero gets that down quite early here. So down by a player, but they have the bomb down. They can hold the site. See if the break comes in here for Xplicit. They got the one-man advantage, so they play the trades correctly if they can do this.
Yeah, and the B side is pretty difficult to hold with a player disadvantage, and sure enough, Space is going to drop off the back there too. Rehan going to be able to pave the road to success. Now the shot's coming through. It's going to be Jan looking for that one player and Bright and Nero. Nero going to be dropped, and now 2 players left on the board. Carlinhos dealt with. Little B, the last hope here. Locust in hand. Can't wallbang ring, unfortunately. It doesn't matter. Rehan's going to be able to take him out, and that is going to be a crisp, pretty solid round there for Xplicit.
Yeah, very solid response from them. That break, they only lost 2 people on that break there with the 4 up, so very good retake from them on that bomb site. Like I said, Xplicit, I think they're going to win this map. This is their best one, likely.
Defend the objective. They have the bomb.
See a different approach here. They're going to go to A this time on the side of Mayhem. With the exception of Little B, who of course will play the mid with the sniper. Very common to see that play out of him.
My God, I cannot watch. He just dumpstered Beetle, and I'm at a loss for words, bro. Like, Beetle, dude, I don't know what's up with your shots, bro, but I gotta see you hit like some aim labs after watching Space in that second game that we tried where everyone backed out. It literally had Space like walk right up to him and hold a nade and still couldn't get the kill. I don't Beetle. That's tough. Well, Bright, he's last alive. 30 seconds on the clock. Mayhem recovered nicely. Rabalo, we're on the front side of jungle. Things are getting wild here, and we've gone back and forth so far.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Bomb spotted.
And dominant rounds on both sides when they're winning. Like, there hasn't been a close round yet. The game's 2-1, but every round has been dominant one way or the other. We'll see if Xplicit comes back with the same kind of response we saw from them the first time, but so far a close game with a lot of lopsided rounds we're having. Ooh, nice nade there by Claps. Good angle. I like it a lot to see that.
Yeah, great use of the throwables. Get them out of your pockets immediately and try and figure out the information. Like, if you don't get a kill off it, you get a hit marker. Kind of know where the team's coming from right now. The info's in. The scatter report's done. Rehan straddling the bomb head glitch is going to be able to douse right there. Carlinhos dropped. Pull bar sight. Who wants a shot? Is it you, Space? Nope, he's going to be content with holding it back. Little B going to be able to take down Jan and the trades in the background now as it's 3v4. A minute and 15 on the clock. Plenty of time for Mayhem to turn things around still. Xplicit doing a great job of holding the A site, and the info it's in. It's Rabalo trying to figure out if he wants to go B or not. Well, Space, he's got the shots. Right before he drops, it is Rehan who's going to get the better of that trade. But Little B showing up, showing out. Rabalo, the collapse. Xplicit, they're down. It's Bright looking to come back here for the squad. The info comes through. Poolside push. It's going to prevail. Oh, my God. Little B gets the final kill. That was a bold ego challenge. Being half health already. I like the commitment, though.
Xplicit there, too. A couple pushes there. Claps pushing up, like, honestly, unnecessarily far as well. You're on the defense, and they pushed up when they didn't really have to. Made a couple easy kills, I think, for Mayhem there. Tilted the round a bit more than they had to. Yeah, you're right. That last ego challenge doesn't make sense when you're a half health challenging a 1v2. You should at least get your health recoup first, especially when the bomb's not even down. Like, there was no rush in that play. Oh my goodness, Kitchen getting absolutely swarmed here. Mayhem's gonna just walk through Kitchen. Beetle's gonna get traded in there though. So they're kind of stopped here in Kitchen. They're gonna play it slower from this point, and Beetle is very close to near, just near side there in cash. No one left in pool here for Mayhem, so a little bit surprised at that. It's a very different approach for pushing A side than we normally see. Rehan's gonna kind of look for this here through Kitchen, trying to get a wall bang. Not having any success with that. There are players in there, but he's not getting the information.
No, he's not, and you can see it's a Little B on the prowl. He's, you know, he thought everyone has a bait. Oh, Oh!
Nice.
Rehan! I caught it from Little B's perspective. I hate I didn't catch it from Rehan, but I mean, it's better than not seeing it at all, bro. My goodness. Little B literally just rounds the corner around the bar site, and Rehan laces him up something nice, and we've got finally a better round back in favor of Xplicit and a little bit of a collective effort for the squad. Just big shots coming in. Rehan doing big work. He's already got 6 on board. I talked about him being the primary sniper. He's certainly filling a role right now.
Yeah, he definitely is. Very strong player. Double positive already. Bright has yet to find a kill in this particular match, though. Yawn down early. That's big man. Mayhem running through this round relatively quick so far. Up by 2 men already. Now 3. Space hitting another one there on Bright. Now it's all up to Rehan and Claps. Claps goes down as well. Now it's just Rehan. My goodness, this is a very solid round here from Mayhem. Imagine the clip. This would be if Rehan had clutch a 1v5.
Yo, I will literally sell my setup and my soul if he clutches his 1v5 against Mayhem. Don't let him do this, bro. Come on. Oh, baby. Good shots. Almost gets Carlinhos there on the flick. Man, Rehan's pretty cracked, bro. I don't know. When did he get so good? Like, 1v5 against Mayhem and Search and Destroy? No mames. Not happening. I mean,
remember when Little B clutched that 1v4 against Tribe? And
oh,
S&D
bro. Those Crossfire? Yeah, that was disgusting. But with the bomb going down at B, ain't no way. And you can saw it right there. He gets caught in mid. Does catch one body before he goes. Almost caught a second in Carlinhos. And now we flip sides. It's a scramble. Is the attack now here for the side of Xplicit. Got 2 players holding off the pull site, playing for info. We've got the bomb in Claps' hands. Making a successful rotation over the B. The info's in. The bomb is certainly going to go down. Little B starting to make the late rotation through. Tries to get some kind of wall bang there. There's no one there to answer. Rehan almost gets him right there, but, you know, Little B, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled. Oh, he gets fooled again. Look, the rotation, it's read perfectly. I caught that wall bang. Rehan, 8 on board. He's clicking, baby. He is frying right now.
Man, Rehan, what is going on here? 9 kills now. He's on the board. He's hitting everything he touches now. Space last one left her try to clutch the 1v2 scenario. So you get jumping over that head glitch there as Rehan. A little sniper duel back here. Both playing with fire a little bit. I'm surprised no one's hit a shot yet between the 2 snipers. They're both so good. Doesn't see Claps. Claps will take him out in the end. So Xplicit back with it around. They keep pushing back here. It seems the offensive team's having more success than you'd normally expect to see. Normally defense here has the edge, but so far offense has been the team prevailing. We'll see if Rehan continues his absolute mad tear. 1 kill away from the double digits now. He's 3 kills ahead of the next nearest player in this thing, and right now he's like everyone else in Xplicit here in the negatives. Rehan is the reason they are in this map at the moment. He's absolutely tearing it up. Goes down there a little bit this round though.
That's tough. That's tough. Little B finally able to get the revenge. Got to go ahead and get the nade shot on the blue van to, you know, kind of hold off the push, and there's nobody there. Rehan's a one-man wrecking crew, and that one-man wrecking crew has to call it early this round, though, so it's all on the rest of Xplicit. Can they pick up the slack? Yawn gonna open up. Big frag there, but Nero! No! Slides the corner, Nero! Plays it perfectly, puts him on skates, bro, and it's literally, you know, California, bro. There's no snow. And my guy is playing hockey right now. I'm just saying, like, the finesse, the movement. Beetle able to find one.
Catches Little B off guard entirely. That's big too. And big. So Space and Little B both down on the side of Mayhem, and Rehan down, and Yawn as well. So all of the prolific snipers right now are all down. It is all up to the submachine gunners and ARs now. So we'll see how this one goes, but it's going to be a very different kind of finish to this round.
Yeah, well, Bright playing for info. There's 2 players literally right in the middle of the map. Carlinhos and Raballo, they're playing their 2s, and this is what you would expect to see, but around the corner it goes. Carlinhos not there in time to get the trade. Bright rounds the corner too quick. There it goes. The trades are in. It's perfectly played. The 2-1 now is Claps last alive. Info should have came through as he's being pinched, and I think he realizes that. Oh! Good shots in. Now it's all Nero. Can he take him out? Can he get the tie? Can they redeem Rehan? Nope, not going to happen. Nero is vetted. My guy is goated. He ain't having all that. Gonna get the defuse with plenty of time to spare. And that's gonna inch Mayhem that much closer to that 2-0 opportunity. And a big defending round there. And I think the factor is you take down Rehan, you have a guaranteed route almost. I mean, it's simple as that, right? Look, Rehan's 9-5, and 5 rounds have been won by Mayhem. What does that tell you? Kill Rehan, Mayhem. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, he's leading this charge like crazy. Very even spread inside of Mayhem. All the players between 5 and 7 kills. Very even spread entirely, but very top heavy here on the side of Xplicit. Different kind of builds here. That being said, Rebel, the last person left here, he gets one there and claps, and then he gets sniped up by Rihan, of course, as you mentioned, his only kill of the round.
Next round.
But yeah, Rihan, again, leading the charge entirely for Xplicit, and the rest of the team can catch up and kind of get in the groove as well. They should be able to take this, but Rihan needs help if they're going to be able to close this one out. You got it that last round, though.
Objective. We got the bomb.
Still everyone else
Rihan.
on the team in negatives, though.
Yeah, he's double digits, bro. He's putting on a clinic right now. Little B is going to be the next victim on the list. Space, you want some smoke, bro? Come on, just go ahead and peek it. Let's see those jumps again. Not going to hit it. Space does find Beetle, so
Oh, man.
he's putting in work, and now it's all on Rihan and Jan. It's a 2v4, and we've literally only been here for 25 seconds of this round, and half the squad and more for Xplicit have dropped, and only Little B was the first.
Yeah, I thought after opening snipe by Rihan there on Little B, it was going to be a relatively good chance for Xplicit to close the round out and tie this thing up. But as soon as I say that, then 3 bodies drop on the side of Xplicit, and now Mayhem has the solid edge here. Take a lot from the clutches right now. Jan, very kind of dangerous position here. He's good to get info, and if someone overextends, he's got it. But if any info gets gathered in him, he's in a rough spot to try to retreat. See if Rihan can pick off one more, get this down to a 3-on-2. He's going to take out the trophy system. Sometimes those trophy systems can be expensive. We saw that for a little bit earlier. When he paid for it. No, Rihan doesn't see. Unfortunate time there goes for the weapon swap, and he gets gunned down by Rebelo. All up to Jan now to clutch a 1v4. Gets one there in Carlina, but he's going to be called up position now, and it's going to be hard for him to clutch the rest of the C space. Decides to back up. He pushes the kitchen. He can get Nero. He should have a chance, but Nero also a very formidable opponent here. Oh, get some damage in there. Yeah, called it though. He's probably going to take it from behind here. Nope, Rebel's going to finish him off himself. That'll do it. Jan goes down. So map point now for Mayhem, and they are 1 round away from being able to take a 2-0 series lead here.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, he pretty much walked right into a trap of death in Kitchen, right? You take out Rapallo, sure. You've taken down 1 of the 3 that are remaining, but you also had Nero lurking at the top side. You had Space, who had the info, could have easily pushed up in a round if you had to opt to rotate through Money Room. So a little bit too long of an engagement, and now it's Xplicit. They are on their last lives. If they could be able to find this last round, or the next round here, we can see it extended, but Mayhem, they've done everything necessary to create that successful environment here for a Search and Destroy 2-0 performance already. Guaranteed that Game 3 brought to you by the best of 5, but Jan doing work, finds one. Little B and Rihan, a little bit of a shake and bake here on the outskirts of the pool. There we go.
Reach out does not pay off.
Oh, yeah, never. Not, especially not with Rihan on the opposite side. It's Space now in a 1v3, and shoes on another foot. Does he have the clutch ability?
He's a very good sniper, but 1v3 is a tall order, especially with Rihan still left alive. They gotta go for the B plant here. Probably the wise choice here. It's basically the approach to the middle here. See if you can catch someone off guard, but I mean, Xplicit's sticking pretty close together in this one. They're not really splitting up too much. Rihan is now. All the lanes are covered, so this is gonna be a tough retake here, 1v3. He gets the information there, but misses the shot. So Claps escapes with his life. He's gonna be first come in contact with Rihan here. This is gonna be a close range sniper duel. Oh no, Rihan's picture.
Rihan, yeah.
Now.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets the kill there. Space doesn't see him in time, so Xplicit gets that round. They needed that one, so 2 more rounds left for them to win this, or 1 more for Mayhem. We'll see if they can force around 13. But they're 1 round away from it on the attack here.
Well, I mean, based off of what we saw, the intel for, you know, how this one's played out, it's been majority of the attack winning the rounds, and, you know, Xplicit have done pretty solid on it, but the defense just hasn't been, I mean, what did we started off? What was it, 4-2 when we flipped sides?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 4-2, so, like, based off that info, I know, you know, overtime is a toss-up, but based off of those odds, it's going to be difficult for Xplicit. They've kind of put themselves in a pit right here that I don't know if they're going to be able to dig themselves out of, so stack through the,
round 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 round they got to win here, so they got to start here before we can even consider it. And oh, the shot's cheeky. Claps catches Little B standing flat-footed. Beetle's going to be able to take down Carlinhos. And that's a big opening frag. John with another. Now it's all on Nero and Space.
They have the information on Space, too. They got the read on him, but he's got long distance still with that sniper. Rihan watching over him, though. sniper duel once again.
Oh!
And Rihan hits our quickscope there. 14 in the game for him now. 14-6. This man is the reason Xplicit is in this. Look at all the other numbers for that team. The rest of the team's still in the negatives now, although Collapse is finally drawn even. But you look at the spread here on the side of Mayhem. 4 players with 7 kills, 1 with 9. Very, very even spread for them. Young gets the final one there. Nero, very decisive round. Clean sweep there for Xplicit, and now it's map point. Someone will win this round. You've mentioned that the attacking side has had the edge, but right now Xplicit has the momentum. We'll see if those things balance out. We get a close round.
All right, it's now or never. Are you going to be able to take us to that game 4, or are you going to call it here in 2 and put yourself in match point and have to turn it around the control? Xplicit, you have the ball in your court. The defense needs to be perfect. As we see it, it is going to be a conservative round. Nothing conservative about Little B. Look at this man. He has balls of steel. The cojones. Brass.
Oof.
Laced. Beetle. No head glitch, just safe when Little B's prowling. And that's going to be a big opening kill there for Mayhem. Maybe opening the floodgates towards B, but it might be a trap. Look at where Jan is. He's kind of holding off a little cheeky angle right there, but... Oh, that's tough.
Nero gets bad COD timing. Oh, Little B misses a shot there. That was a chance to put the Saltos away. But now Little B's down. You get a 1-man advantage instead of a 3-man advantage, so that's a big difference. Oh, look at this. Nope, Bright not able to close with the second kill, but the information's into him too. He's going to be careful here. This middle area is kind of a dangerous one to play. But also your opponents don't necessarily expect you to stay there either, so depending on how things play, it could be a smart play. Right in that big gunfight, though, that was a big play out of him, and that keeps his team alive here. If that goes 5-2, it's over, but now it's a 4-3, so still a chance left for Xplicit. Not in the greatest position here. Bomb's going down, and they're down a man as well, so not great, but...
The bomb has been planted.
Okay, he might get Nero as soon as the bomb goes down. Oh, man, no, he's going to get... Oh, Trey's coming in. The Rebel gets Bright as soon as that one comes in. Claps gets another one there, takes out Nero, though, so now it's a 2-on-2. This is a close finish. This is going to be a great finish to this round.
No, it is. Clap's clapping right now. He's double digits too. We're talking about Rihan carry. My guy's picked up slack. Picks up 2 right here in the last round. The one that matters the most is we got about 22 seconds on the clock. Space right here on the bomb. He's going to get doused with a little bit of Rihan action. Rapallo with a peek on the heady. He's going to be able to take the hill. He's not. He's one shot. Claps finish him off. Pull off the pistol. The movement. The plays. Rapallo plays him like a fiddle. And that is it. Mayhem, they win 7-6. And it came down to a little bit of a 1v1 showdown. Rapallo, I mean, cool, calm, and collected, bro. Couldn't ask for anything better, right? This is what kind of performance you want when you want perfection in a round 13, right? Overtime. It's toss-up. Nothing toss-up about that. Played it so damn well, bro.
Just dodging back and forth, and man, realistically, he shouldn't be able to close that out. He was down by so much health there. 1 bullet left. 15 kills for Rihan. That man was absolutely cracked. Not enough to get it done, though. Mayhem prevails by 1 round. Must be disheartening for Xplicit. They came so close to stealing a round. Seeing a map here off of Mayhem, but now they're down 2-0 and have to face 2 more respawns before going back to search and destroy. I think Mayhem's going to close this out.
Rapallo was a demon that last round. Literally picked up 3 and finished with 12. The first kill, he got that scraggler who was pushing through mid, the one that you were like, it's a cheeky angle. You know, maybe your opponents will forget that you're there and you can push through. Well, your opponents knew. Rapallo was the one who answered and certainly shut down that push. Also gets the shots there on Rihan as well as shutting it down on Claps at the final, man. It was a stout finish, but man, damn, that was a close game. I gotta commend Xplicit. That was possibly one of the best search and destroys that I've seen out of this matchup, and I don't think we could have gotten it any better.
No, definitely couldn't have. I wonder if that one restarted round and the opposite side had any impact on that result as well, to be honest.
Hey, that's a possibility. Hey, you gotta. I mean, that's a very valid point. I mean, you look at it, you start off, but I mean, that was a 5-0 for Mayhem, right? It didn't go in vain though. I mean, they got that free one. We saw the Sui nade at the beginning, so the toss for that first round, it panned out. But then that's 1 round on the attack that, you know, Rihan and Xplicit don't get back, right? So
yeah, that game difference is 1 round in the game too.
That's tough. 1 round does not determine how, you know, a game ends, though. I'll tell you that. What I will say is, though, that last round definitely determined it. But 1 round definitely, yeah, huge. Now we're gonna be moving over to a domination. Damn, that took us 45 minutes to get through. How's everybody feeling? Everybody winded still? Or everybody still with us? Or or you winded. I don't know. I'm still up. I'm still about, and we're gonna be heading down south to the slums of Panama here for our potentially last game of the night, unless Xplicit have something to say about it. It's gonna be the Control. I haven't seen this one play out yet, so kind of got high expectations for it.
Slums is a very, like, the 2 points. Yeah, there's a very strong point and a very weak point. I don't remember which one. I think it's A is the one that's really hard to take, and B is really easy. One's in blue, and then one's kind of back in mechanics there. And the mechanics one is really hard to take, and the one in blue is, like, really easy to take.
That's
so
completely opposite of what we've seen so far. Like, every map that I've seen controlled in COD Mobile so far, it's been, like, one middle, and then one on, you know, one side of the map. Or the other. Yeah, it's never been like spread like that far apart.
Yeah, they're very far apart. You have one on one side of the map and one on the other. Like, they're opposite ends. In the middle is just no man's land. There's nothing there. So it's a very different setup from most control maps. And I'm not really sure if this one favors offense or defense. It's kind of a mix because the spawns, like, if you're spawning on offense, you spawn closer to the first to A than your opponents do by quite a margin. But then going for that second hill of mechanics, like, you spawn so far away as an attacker, it's absurd. If you don't push together, you cannot succeed. Like, pushing together is guaranteed the thing that will win you that map, because if you don't do it, you can't win. The defensive team spawns right on top of that hill.
We'll see how it's played. Mayhem, certainly a crafty team, known for their strategies and everything bizarre and in between that Coach Zim brings to the table. We'll see if that strategy pans out, or if the gun skill for Xplicit is just starting to light up. I think Hardpoint was a great start. You know, couldn't finish it off. The Search and Destroy was pretty devastating if you're an Xplicit fan, or if you're an Xplicit player. But it's not a matter of elimination right now. This is Swiss-style bracket, so they'll still have the opportunity to play. But every win matters, and every series counts as far as, like, putting yourself in a good position. Obviously, the Swiss format has this where the top 2 teams get by for the playoffs, and you've got to pace yourself. This is a 3-week, 2-day-a-week tournament where you're literally going to play against some of the best of the best, and you're going to have your opportunity to, you know, pound on some teams that, you know, are at the bottom of the barrel. And I don't think Xplicit are at the bottom of the barrel. They're a little above that middle, and they're heading in the right direction. There's nothing about this matchup that screams that, you know, they are washed or they didn't progress from Mobile Mayhem. As a matter of fact, everything's screaming that they're ready and they're here to play, and I'm here for it. Game 3 is, again, we're heading down to Panama, the slums, the barrios. I don't even know if that's, like, the translation, but I'll have to ask the wife. She's Panamanian, and I still haven't asked her if this map looks familiar to her.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can see here now, see the mini map, how A is so close to the defending spawn, and B is more kind of like centralized. You see how that works there.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Xplicit's one of those teams that's, like, kind of middle of the pack for this tier 1 group that we have. I would say they're, like, going to be right in the playoff bubble. So for them, it's got to be important for them to win maps as well, because the way we're doing this, as far as I'm understanding it, I mean, maps are the tiebreaker throughout the season as well. Like, if you've lost the same amount of games and won the same amount of games, but you have more victories on maps, that plays a factor. So every map counts.
Every map counts, every shot counts, and every tick counts here on this control site. As you can see, the lockdown, Carlinhos, he had to die. 3 in the feed, 3 on board, and they are racking it up in the kill department. 5+ advantage now for Mayhem. Middle of the map there, Jan looking to try and find some kind of stability, but there we go. The aggression, the push up, the spawns are compromised. There it goes, the free heady for Carlinhos. Is he going to be able to find another? No, he's going to get shut down. Some big kills, but damage is done. The lives are dwindling, and 20 seconds on the clock. Xplicit, they got to barrel up, and they got to put it on this control B side if they want to continue to stay in this first round.
I'm not sure if Beat realizes this, but I see a few players doing this. They're pre-firing into the control hills when no one's on them. They light up when a team's on them, regardless of whether or not the point's captured. So you actually get a bit of a queue there. But it seems like I've seen a few players in control tonight not noticing in that queue. Like, seeing where Mayhem's on it, Fred's up blue. Something to notice for the players. I
wonder if they can see it or if we can only see it. That's my question.
They can. When I'm scrimming, I can see them too. I know
okay,
you can
cool.
see them.
All right. Well, this one doesn't even allow the develop. The defense reigns superior, and Mayhem, they're going to start up 1-0 in the control and solid defense. I think this one plays better than the 2 maps I've seen so far. I didn't like Hacienda at all. I mean, I kind of like Hacienda. I definitely didn't like Summit. but takeoff was fire. This
Takeoff
one
was
is
good,
starting
yeah.
to be pretty fire, but I mean, again, I think it goes back to lopsidedness and, you know, defense having a little bit more of an advantage. I know that's debatable and it's, you know, opinionated, but I guess just my take on it.
Well, CDL format, like, there's numbers in for that now. Like, the defensive side definitely has a solid edge of CDL. And like I said, I don't see any reason why that wouldn't translate to COD Mobile. And especially in a map like this, like, even if you get B, again, like, look where his position. The defending team, like, they're, like, only a quarter of the way from the map away from where that A point is. And if you're the attacking team, you have to travel across the entire map. And you see here only a slight edge here for Xplicit, but, like, again, no progress on either flag. Right, so the defensive team, I think, definitely has a large advantage in slums. At least when we scrim it, like, I don't think I've played slums yet where the defending team hasn't won the map yet. And maybe that's just my experience. I've only played this, like, I think 4 times this map now in scrims, but the defending team has huge advantage in this map.
Well, I guess it comes down to how much. I mean, I don't know how much like similar it is to CDL as we keep mentioning it. Like the ticks matter in CDL now as it decides who gets which side for round 5, as it's not automatically generated. It's not something that's set in stone for them. It's literally earned. If you have a tick on, you know, a tick above your opponent, you get the defense. You get the advantage, and I think that's something to consider now as time's going to dwindle out. The contest is there, but it's shut down. Jan going to be able to find the last kill, but no, look at it. Little B all the way on the site. Gets manhandled by 2, and that was, you know, some god-tier effort, but again, you're literally like 3 feet away from where your opponent spawned at. There's no way you're getting that site. This, okay, looking at it now, it's kind of disgusting. I wish they'd have probably moved it up a little bit closer. Like maybe even into the front side of mechanic, not the back side, just the front side. And that would have been a little easier for your opponents.
I think it's the entirety of mechanics, actually.
Is it the entirety?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's the whole building is the site. It's just the way it's marked on the map makes it look like it's the backside, but it's the whole map, or the whole building rather. There's not really a lot of sites though. Like,
oh, it is.
Like, look at it. Like, where else would they put the point, right? Like, there's not a lot of places you could put it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Really the best map, in my opinion. But
yeah, not a lot of points of entry, and you know, mechanic shop is pretty safe if you can get in it. It's a matter of being able to get in it successfully without being griefed. And right now, Rehan, he's found himself a little bit of a demon run. He's all the way up in the spawn, giving that same energy from the search and destroy, but the collapse is there. The info is finally dealt with, but look at it. It opens up a little bit of a lane on the B site. And here comes the progress. Xplicit might be able to get the first tick on the map, and that might be game-changing if you're thinking about it from a, you know, grand scheme of things.
yeah, right now the defense has been so solid, but this round too, Xplicit a lot closer in kills. The first time they played defense, like, they just got walked over at the end of the round. Mayhem had a huge advantage in kills. Same thing with the defensive side for Xplicit. They had a large advantage in kills at the end of the round too, but here it's a little more even. 2 kill advantage for Mayhem, but the biggest thing is, again, time expiring and just almost impossible to get any progress in those hills. The map control is just non-existent through the attacking teams in this map. It's very hard to get any traction going here.
Well, I mean, if anything can help you get any traction going, it's certainly some Annihilators. But again, Beetle playing his life right here. 7 seconds coming to a dwindle. Not only that, but his Annihilator's coming to an end there too. He's going to be taken down, but he finds one before he goes. It is 3 seconds left. Nobody there. The contest is in. But the 1 tick of progress, we'll go back to that after this next round. Because if it goes in favor of the attacking team or defending team again, we're going to go to a round 5. And then we'll kind of determine, you know, what factor was considered for who gets what side for that round. So we're going to get geared up for it. We're going to see how the comms sound now as Mayhem, they're up 2-1. Can they close it out on the attack? It's looking pretty impossible. We'll find out now as we're going to go ahead and gear up for our first HyperX listen-in with your NYSL Mayhem.
Bricks right, hey, bricks right side, bricks right, bricks right side.
Yeah, he's still left, he's still left, he's still left.
Two blue. Nice,
On the van.
One more in B, only one more in B, I'm low though.
He's inside, secret. On blue, or on P4.
Watch out hill. Nice, just stack that flag. Everyone go help B, everybody go help B.
Oh no, that's just two cargo, I'm going A.
Good, dude. P1 top, P1.
P1, I got P1.
One on me. He's a P1, yeah.
Good job. Fight for that tick.
I got your bricks, don't worry about bricks. Hey, 1 P1, 2 P1.
Top P1 got me, I got folded, he's going mid.
One more P1.
Left P1. Pushing into your left. Mid arrow.
He's dead.
Let's go away.
Shit now.
I'm about to get my drone. I'm playing time. Whatever. Anyway. Attack!
I'm gonna smoke their spawner. Hey, we got the left side of the map to work with as well.
Enemy airstrike.
There, sorry, that's a waste. That's fine. That's a waste. The spawn trap. We have hella life, man. Just spawn trap. Spawn trap the shit out of them.
Blue van.
I got it.
One's in laundry.
I need so much,
Yeah.
bro. Fuck me.
Hey, laundry.
Yeah, one's in laundry.
We can't give away mid controls.
Laundry. Yeah, laundry.
That's one P1. Hey, we can't leave focus on the point.
I'm gonna switch to a sniper. I'm gonna go left side. I'm gonna try to get the picks and
We still have a minute. 2 left advantage.
We lost the advantage, dude. We lost the advantage of that.
No, we still have a 2 left advantage.
Oh,
I'm about to get my Nylon in a bit.
Alright, I'm walking up with a sniper right
Yeah,
now.
when I got my Nylon here. Someone bait me from me P1 here. They're coming to me. What's the name? What the fuck? No, dude. They're all on point.
Nice.
Nice. Good. Now the other one's the spawn.
One more side.
All playing spawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help you now. I'm coming to help you.
I'm working on laundry.
All right, first time we've seen any kind of cap coming through. It's going to be the easier side of things. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That is it. It is over before it even began. We didn't even get to see that round 5. I didn't even realize the lives were there. And sure enough, Mayhem played accordingly. All they needed to do was get the game extended. And they did that by capping that A site, or B site rather, with a little bit of ease. Hell of an attacking round there. And that's something I would not have expected.
Yeah, I mean, the other 3 rounds were all very decisive defense prevailing, but that last round, they played calm, collected, and rather than pushing in quickly, they took their time to take map control, and they kind of just picked the defense apart rather than trying to push in quickly. It paid off in dividends. They ended up getting the victory 3-1 there and close it out, so very impressive control attack from them. Rihan, again, playing super well for his team. He's definitely the star of that team right now, I would say, and unfortunately for him, his teammates not really quite keeping up as much as Mayhem was, but a good effort for Xplicit. They put in some good games, but to be honest, I expected to be a little bit closer of a matchup than we saw for this one.
I mean, all 3 games were pretty close. I mean, you go to a round 4 in the control, and it gets a little bit lopsided, but you can partly thank just the ability to hop the hill, right? You got to commend the ability to, close it out in a 3-1 instead of taking that risk and going to a game 5, because I'm gonna be honest with you, round 5, I don't know what we would have saw there. Could it be kills? Could it be ticks? I don't know as far as that goes. If anybody does, go ahead and shoot me a DM and let me know and see what it is, so that way we can have clarity on it moving forward. There was a lot of uncertainty in CDL when it first was available for Vanguard, but this is the first time it's ever been introduced to COD Mobile, so trying to figure that out along with it. Now, it was a hell of a night, dude. Default, I gotta say, we had some pretty banger series. Obviously, we had some blowouts too, but all in all, a successful day.
Yeah, I was at some very good games, and for COD Mobile, as far as determining the ticks and like who gets the extra round on defense, for COD Mobile, it literally just takes turns. So whoever starts on defense, like, it just alternates rounds. There's no kill advantage or anything like that. Yeah, there's like, it's decided. So when choosing your side to the map, I expect, like, how each team gets to pick their side of the map when the opponent chooses the map. I expect for Control, you're going to see a lot of teams choosing to be the defending side, because it's a huge advantage, and quite frankly, like, there's no other determining factor in COD Mobile. The game won't allow you to change it to determine by kills or ticks. It's just determined purely by who starts on defense.
Well, that's such an interesting take, and we've had an interesting day, and it's coming to an end as we're getting geared up for it. We got plenty of more Meseeks Sweat League. It's going to be a 3-week event, as we've got regular league play, I guess you would say, where it's a Swiss format, so we're going to see some pretty epic gameplays. I think Thursday is going to be a little bit more of a headliner. We'll see how it pans out as what kind of schedule we get, but we're going to get geared up for it. It's going to be a raid. We're going to go ahead and send you over to Guildmania. Make sure you tell them that Default and Verdict sent you, and we'll catch you back here live on Thursday night. Same time, same place. Later.